Yes. No, keep mute.
Assalamu alaikum. If we could ask everybody to please take a seat. We will start in 1 minute, inshallah. Please take a seat. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Professor Abdul Latif Shamsi, HCT President and CEO. Ms. Layla Al-Marashi, CEO of Caddo Gifting. Mr. Yaqub Al-Sarkal, CEO and founder of Yas Investments. Mr. Jasim Al-Rahma, General Manager of Emirates Angels. Ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, welcome to the Startup Pitch Day, the third and final day of the HCT Incubation Forum, second edition, held under the theme of Reach, Connect, and Launch. My name is Khalid Al-Naimi from HCT Dubai Men's, and I will be your MC for today's program. Over the first and second days of the forum, we have seen innovators and game changers from academia, industry, and government to collaborate and explore on current issues, trends, and world-class research, innovative startups through panel discussions in 4 strategic sectors: health, education, technology, and sustainability. Today is the ultimate day, the 3rd day of the HCT Incubation Forum. Especially for a group of eager and motivated students, 10 groups, 10 startups will be presenting here today and showing you what they have to offer. Ladies and gentlemen, today the forum theme of Reach, Connect, Launch really comes to life with these student projects, spanning a range of sectors from technology, food services, health, and transportation, to name a few, vying for the attention and the eventual financial backing of judges and investors alike. Today's budding entrepreneurs can hopefully follow the path of other HCT incubated startups, which have flourished in the HCT Startup Development Program. This program has seen about 160 startups being launched, with around 30 of those now being commercially viable with trade licenses. So there is some great pedigree for these students to follow. To kick off our program, it is now my pleasure to welcome Professor Abdul Latif Al-Shamsi to deliver the opening address. Please welcome Dr. Abdul Latif.
شكرا خالد. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على أشرف المرسلين. Good morning everyone, and I'm delighted to be here. It's such a proud moment to have this event held in Expo 2020, and a special welcome to our esteemed guest joining us and participating in this event. For the past 2 days, we've seen the engagement of some key people from the industry in advancement in many of the areas related to manufacturing, sustainability, health, and education as well. And how does it connect with our mission as an HCT today? What I'm really proud of, that what makes HCT different and unique, is that we fully engage with our partners, with industry. And more importantly, we are fully engaged with our students to encourage them to become the future entrepreneurs and to support the economy of the UAE. We know how critical this issue today at the government level. We know how important to bring more Emiratis on board in the private sector and to engage more Emiratis in building their own company. And what we are doing in HCT is very different and very unique. We are not a traditional academic institution, and we bring different investors, and we are proud today we have the Emirates Association of Angel Investors to be part of this event and to support the key and the distinguished entrepreneurs and their startups. When we started maybe 3 years ago about establishing the incubation concept and to support entrepreneurs, it was a dream. It was a dream that at some point we will reach a level to be able to convert those simple capstone students project into a commercial product and services. The steps is not easy. Although many other academic institutions, they do this, but they do it in an ad hoc basis. But within HCT, we establish a system, a process, a procedure that students, they need to go from one stage to another and to go through a very rigorous process of a boot camp, accelerators to see the viability of their product, to be able to convert it from a simple student idea into a true commercial product and service that can be promoted in the UAE. And that's not an easy. We know that it's very challenging. It could be very frustrating also from a student's point of view, but it takes time. But at the end of the day, what we do different than any other startup business is that we help students through a scientific approach to ensure that their business will sustain. So it's not just one product or one event that they will succeed from and then the business will shut down. And to go through this, it was not easy. So I'm very thankful to the team that's been working on this, headed by Nicola and the team with him have been working very hard to make sure that's happened. But the mindset of the leadership in HCT, because we believe in this. We believe in the importance of entrepreneurs and across the board from all the disciplines, and to bring those ideas forward. And when I say the leadership, of course, we have Alex, who's sitting back there, our Chief Academic Officer, who truly believe also in getting more entrepreneurs and engaging more students, not through only those activities, but through also the curriculum that we deliver within HCT in all of our programs. So we are working together to make this happen, and it is by all means a proud moment for us within HCT that today we have 10 startups pitching their ideas, and we're already proud that we have some of those ideas in the past has been funded. So I have to mention also that we are appreciating our partnership with ICT funds, who have already supported 6 of our startups last year with nearly 500,000 and providing the necessary funds for them. And this is very promising. So we are really progressing, we are moving forward. But again, to emphasize that we have thousands of students engaged in those entrepreneurial activities. And this is the key figure for me that is more important, that we are spreading the concept of entrepreneur, how to succeed as an entrepreneur and to build your startups. And when we have an engagement of more than 1,000 or 2,000 to 3,000 students in those different entrepreneurial activities in different campuses, I think this is the true accomplishment. Because we strongly believe at some point Emiratis will have their own business. We are very fortunate in a country that have a very strong and solid economic infrastructure to help and support Emiratis. So we want to encourage them. Let's take advantage of it, and let's build the UAE economy based on Emiratis companies. And I've been talking to Nicola many times that we hope maybe within the next 10 years we'll have one unicorn will come up from those startups, because we also believe that this generation has a lot of bright ideas, amazing ideas. They are more tech savvy, and they have access to the technology, and they can come up with all these great, wonderful, out-of-the-box ideas that can truly be converted into quality product and services commercially. So I would like to extend my sincere thanks to all of you here, and for our students joining us to pitch their ideas, and for our partners from Emirates Association, for angel investors. And I would like also to extend my thanks again to ICT funds for their support, and we look forward to the next startup companies. Thank you very much.
Thank you to Professor Abdulatif Al-Shamsi, and thank you for your leadership in the fields of innovation and entrepreneurship in HCT as well. To move on to our next speaker, leader also in the innovation entrepreneurship fields in HCT, I would like to welcome the man who has guided this year's forum throughout to give his welcome speech. Please welcome Mr. Nicola Betio, HCT Executive Director of Applied Research, Innovation and Entrepreneurship. Mr. Nicola.
Thank you. So, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much, Professor Al-Shamsi. Again, I'm very proud of this moment. Again, as Professor Al-Shamsi mentioned, we are at the second year of a very massive program that we put in place. We want to transition student mentality into business mentality. We want to help our students to become business persons, successful in what they're doing. And we put in place a program that is not just a gimmick. So we want to make it happen. Is a very thorough program. I'd like to share some slides with you and show our path. So we started in June 2019, where we, in a way, developed the entrepreneurship strategy at HCT based on coaching, project funding, and incubation. Again, we have been hit as any other business with COVID-19, but again, we move forward as hard as possible. We launched some COVID-19 proactive initiatives. We developed in the incubation spaces a ventilator, a splitter for ICU ventilators. And we launched just in July 2020 the full-fledged startup development program. We had some high-level attention. We've been visited by the Minister of SME and Entrepreneurship. We sent some of our startups at GITEX, and one of them won the award of Best Emirati Startup. We brought 20 startups graduating from the program at Qasr Al Watan, and in presence of Sheikh Mohammed and the most prominent member of the cabinet. And recently, as Dr. Abdulatif mentioned, we launched a program with TDRA and ICT Fund in order to provide further funding to startups. And we held the first investment committee in December last year. These are the numbers. Again, for something that has been on for a couple of years, we are very proud and very happy to share them with you. So the program you see on the top, we've been delivering more than 6,000 hours of mentoring to startups. We've been running different events from talks to ideation workshops to bootcamps to accelerator cycles. The impact is below. So we've been dealing with more than 1,300 students engaging in entrepreneurial activities. We have more than 600 students active as team members in our startups. 92% of our startups are led by Emirati entrepreneurs. Launched 130, 40 of them are engaged in commercial activities, they have a trade license, and 23 are those that we consider established, so startups with a commercial entity, with revenues and a full team in place. This is the program that we have. So it starts from creating awareness in students. So we host talks from prominent entrepreneurs like Leila in order to inspire our students and let them know that entrepreneurship is probably the most exciting career decision they can take. We help them in ideating viable business concepts. We help them explore, iterate, build prototypes, plan their marketing and selling strategies, planning the resources, so financial resources, but also team resources. And we help them go through a full-fledged existence as a company, so helping with the trade licensing and growth in generation of initial revenues and expansion. So the entire program is based on very key elements, as I mentioned. So we have talks, we have inspiring ideate workshops, we have boot camps for startups. We hold 10 boot camps per year with 10 to 15 startups per boot camp and 2 cycles of an accelerator. All this is delivered also through our incubation spaces. So these are very high-tech incubators. We have 3 of them in Dubai, Sharjah, Zaheima. We have a fast prototyping. We have pitching areas. We have a co-working space. We have office space for startups, but also workshop space for startups. Today we have 3 of them, as I mentioned. We are opening a 4th one in Abu Dhabi in partnership with Mubadala and Tawazun, and we are planning to open 12 incubation areas across the system. So this is the best recognition we had for our program. We have been hosted, as I mentioned, Qasr Al Watan in last year. And again, you will not recognize the first row, but we have Sheikh Mohammed, Sheikh Abdullah, Sheikh Mansour, and so the entire UAE leadership has been very attentive to what was happening in HCT in the last couple of years. And again, we brought our best startups to be good with it. I want to mention again our great partnership with the Emirates Angel Investors Association. It's the second time that their members attend our event. We are very keen to have you as judges, but also as attendees. We know that there are many of them listening to this event by the link, by the Zoom link. Also, I would like to mention the fact, as Dr. Latif highlighted before, that we have a very strong partnership with TRA and ICT Fund. We have formed an investment committee. The investment committee has made the investment decision into 6 startups last year. So the framework is up to $500,000 dirham per startup. Is something that will move forward this year as well, and is a great partnership for these student startups. So this is all on my side. I am really keen to see the presentation from our entrepreneurs. It's probably the highlight of the day. Again, we are boring as speakers. I think our students will be way more entertaining than us. So we're really keen to see you guys. And good luck.
Thank you so much, Mr. Nicola. Also, our startups are going to have 5 minutes to present. So that's going to be an exciting challenge for them to present their entire pitch in only 5 minutes. So let's see what they have to offer. And next, we will be having a word from Mr. Masoud Al-Masoud, the chairman of Emirates Angels, to give the keynote address. Without further ado, let's listen to the talk from Mr. Masoud.
Your Excellencies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. It is my pleasure and honor to be with you here today. On behalf of the Emirates Angel Investors Association, we are honored to witness with you today a march of distinguished entrepreneurs from the higher colleges of technology. This festival, as I love to call it, started by the higher colleges of technology, made us meet with you and learn about your achievements. Ladies and gentlemen, the path to success is not easy. However, the rewards are great. Always think about how to work for the benefit of the nation, its people, and raise its name high, and how to continue to do so with diligence and perseverance. Never stop learning and reading. Let your ambition be to take your startups worldwide, which is not impossible, as we have seen examples of successful companies that have reached the world from the UAE. We at the Emirates Angels Investors Association are here to support as much as we can. The Emirates Angels Investors Association is a non-profit association that was founded to support angel investors and the startup ecosystem. And amongst its activities is the search for promising investment opportunities. Our members directly invest in companies, early stage, and also help entrepreneurs grow their business. We are blessed to live in a country that has become a destination for investors and entrepreneurs from all over the world. We also commend the initiatives offered by the federal and local governments that support the startups ecosystem and attract investments. Ladies and gentlemen, today you are all winners. We wish you the best of luck going forward and Godspeed. Thank you everyone, and thank you HCT for all the hard work and bringing all the startups and investors together. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.
A big thank you to Mr. Masoud and to the Emirates Angels for joining us today. I'm sure all of our students are looking forward to impressing them with their talks. Ladies and gentlemen, now for our keynote speech and our keynote address and our role model for our students. We will now be treated to a special edition of HCT's Entrepreneurship Talk Series, where today we will hear from Ms. Layla Al-Marashi, founder and CEO of Caddo Gifting, as to her own entrepreneurial journey to success and how we can learn from Ms. Layla's own experiences. Without further ado, please welcome Ms. Layla Al-Marashi.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for listening to me during the talk today. So I'm going to be talking about 2 entrepreneurial journeys that I experienced that are very different from each other. The first one was in 2007. my best friend and I realized that Dubai's fashion scene only had Gucci and Prada or Mango and Zara. So we said we want something more customized that had our culture in a more trendy and, accessible way. So we started to take elements from the UAE culture and make it modern. So we had these t-shirts with the Dihin Oud number 5, kind of like Chanel number 5. We took the male Kandora and we made them into dresses. We had the burqa on artists like Audrey Hepburn and Suad Husni. So this did very, very well, and it started from my bedroom. And in 4 years, we were in 12 countries and 30 shops, including Japan, Hong Kong, France, Saudi, Qatar. I think she's going to try to show you some of the images on Google because I wasn't able to prepare the slides for this. So the brand was called Sugar Vintage. Can I? Okay. Okay. It's fine. The brand was called Sugar Vintage at the time, and I had a full-time job with oil and gas. I was working with Shell. So at some point, after 8 years, I got very tired. I had no support. I couldn't keep up with the demand. So I had to close down the business. And I learned a lot of experiences for that. And this is before Instagram, before, you had online, you had the ability to outsource your services. A few years later, I woke up one morning and I had a very demanding job in Abu Dhabi. And I was driving every day for 2 hours back and forth. And I said to my sister, I'm going to lose all my friends. And she said, why? I said, because I don't have time to buy them birthday gifts. And then she was talking to me about one of the food delivery apps. I said, wait a minute, imagine a service like a food delivery app that solved all your gifting problems. So instead of having a driver come to your house with balloons, another driver come with perfume, one platform, one-stop shop, solved all your gifting problems, whether that was cakes, flowers, chocolate, balloons. So I realized that we had a problem in the market, and that problem was people don't know what money and just make it right. I just want to get that thank you at the end of the day. So what I'm trying to tell you is, in your lives as entrepreneurs, ask yourself, what problem am I facing? What problem is society facing? Where is the gap? Once you figure out the problem, come up with the solution. And we're very lucky today because I feel as Emiratis, as entrepreneurs, being young, having that energy, having His Highness Sheikh Mohammed's vision support us, you don't have any excuses not to try. So don't hold yourself back. Try to see what are the gaps and how you can fix it. So that's step 1. So I'm going to take you through Caddo Gifting. What is Caddo? Caddo means gift in French. And they use it in Lebanese, in Farsi. People say, in Lebanese, they'll be like, جبت لك كادوات. It comes from the word gift in French. And my goal was to make sure that whenever you gift something, you need to feel good. You don't want to say, sorry, wallah, mummin qadart, shay basit. No. Give the gift with confidence, feeling that this is the right gift for the right person with the right occasion. So I always tell people, I'm not trying to save the world, I'm trying to save relationships. So each of us have relationships today that we want to enhance or grow with gifting. So what happened? I left my job, I put all my money in developing an app, and offering people all sorts of gifts, delivery same day. We had jewelry, we had tech and gadget, leather goods, baby stuff, flowers, chocolate cake, balloons. Then we did experiences like massages. What am I trying to say? I offered too much. So I solved the problem of not having time. We were able to deliver everything same day. I didn't solve the problem of helping you know what to buy. And that was my first learning with the app. And the app didn't work very well. We spent $250,000 on the app. I raised $792,000 from angel investors, established my license in Delaware. And in Dubai, we had an LLC because one day I wanted to sell it. I was in love with the Kareem story. 4 years, create a replica of Uber and get valuation of 2 billion, not bad. So my learnings, COVID. So COVID happened, I was in a coma, everything didn't work. To you in a package. So think of us as a Harrods of the Middle East. Why do you go to Harrods in London? 3 reasons. User journey, user experience, very nice. Guaranteed beautiful products from £2 to £200,000. And you want the bag. So that's what I was trying to do with Caddo. Now, in COVID, I told my sister again, listen, in a year, if I'm not able to raise money, I'm shutting the business down. So I realized very good hard lessons. In my case, I'm not a food delivery app. I'm not a volume business. I'm a value business. My things should be expensive, and I don't need to sell 100 items a day. I can sell 10 items a day, but maybe the customers will keep coming back because they like the experience. The other learning I had, my investors So I started to realize what to pivot and what to focus on. Where is the money? You might love your idea, it's a very good idea, but it's okay tomorrow if it's not working the way you want it to. Be open to looking at where your money is coming from. The second area that surprised me, B2B. LinkedIn have made us their exclusive vendor for all the Middle East for 1 year, anything to do with gifting. Go after volume projects with corporates, banks, hotels, you name it. So I split the business into 3 categories. And March 2021, when I decided to shut down, I meet an investor, cryptocurrency, self-made, billionaire, 9 minutes, here's $300,000. Save my business. So you never know who you might meet in what capacity talking to you. People invest in the founder. Then they invest in everything else. So this is just some images of vendors that are locally based. Anyone can go to the mall and find Joe Malone, I don't know, Cartier. What about our local stories, like, you know, Hilal Group and Fasik Dukhun, Batil, you have Amwaj Perfumes, you've got founders, artisanas, people working from home. So we said, why don't we become a platform that supports local stories? Share that with the rest of the world. Define what is your unique selling point. What's your product market fit? Today, when you have a business, what are you trying to do? I'm trying to make your life easier. 3 clicks, your perfect gift sent. All you have to worry about is that message you get. This is the team, very small team. We're about 5 people, making $100,000 to sometimes $400,000 per month. Some of my advisors. So another amazing story. I'm fundraising, I'm very stressed. As a founder, you know, you don't know if you're going to be able to pay salaries. And there's this guy, he's coming in a kandora, you know, he's dark, he's wearing a band. And I'm not giving him any attention. A year later, he said, hi, Leila, can you please send me your investment deck? And I said, of course. So I sent it to him, and he ended up being Steve Harvey's son, Winton Harvey. So I was very embarrassed that I wasn't nicer to him. And so Steve Harvey said, listen, I want to come to the UAE, and I want to support entrepreneurs. What can you do to help us do that? We want to bring celebrities, usher, we want to invest in startups, we want to take you to the US. I said, okay, very good. Let's form an agreement and discuss how this could work. So today what I'm trying to say, if you do what you do with a lot of love and you do it very well, doors will open by accident. People will come your way. I met a French lady called Gwen. She had a corporate gifting company for 15 years. And she wanted to shut it down and move to Montenegro. And she met me by accident. And she said, listen, I'm going to give you my business. Take my database. I'm going to tell everybody that Caddo acquired us. And why don't you also offer B2B gifting for free? Because she said, your country has been so good to me and I'm so grateful. I was looking for an Emirati female like you to work with all these years and I never found anybody. So this is me giving back to your community. So sometimes things will happen in your life and you don't know why or how, but doors open. I feel like entrepreneurs are a little bit blessed because you are creating jobs for the country. What you're doing today is going to lead to something amazing 30 years from now. Thank you. Any questions? I think I'm not allowed to ask that because of time.
Thank you, Ms. Leila. It's been nice to hear this successful story about success itself. But Mike, I was wondering if I could ask this question. We are very proud of you as an Emirati, that's first of all. The second is, I'm quite sure you are not the only one doing this business, yeah? So my question in specific is, why Caddo? How would you distinguish yourself from your peers, from the others?
Thank you for your question, and I'm actually...
My name is Juma Naimi, HCT staffman.
Thank you, Juma. Actually, believe it or not, nobody was doing what we're doing at this level. So my goal is to open up in the UAE, which we've done now, alhamdulillah, for 2 years. We're opening in Abu Dhabi, we're opening in Saudi, Kuwait, Qatar, Egypt, and then I want to take it to the US and I want to sell it. So I would like to be acquired in 5 years by LVMH or Richemont or Farfetch or Facebook, one of these players. My whole ethos was to provide you with quality goods. The problem with the other competitors is it's not quality. They're after mass. Now we have Flowered. So Flowered is a big new competitor, Unas, but nobody's offering all of the supply chain, which is service plus B2B volume plus customizing plus. So I feel what makes me different is that I understand that we have a society of self-image. Today, as Leila, I'm not going to give you something I feel doesn't represent me. That's why I said in the beginning, we want to make you look good. We want Juma to give his friends a gift where they think, wow, he spent time thinking about this, or it's very good quality. So I emphasize on quality. I'm after luxury. And I managed to push our average basket size from $100 to $300. So I want high-spending people. I don't want a lot of people. This is going to be my niche in the beginning. Now, the challenge I'm going to face tomorrow, if we have 500 orders a day, what are we going to do? How are we going to scale? What's going to be the fulfillment? But this is part of your journey as a startup, is to know what's your vision, how are you going to get there, who's going to help you go there. So as competitors, I really don't have a direct one. I have a few in different areas, but barriers to entry are low. My idea is not مثل ما يقولون ابتكارية ولا very innovative or deep tech. It's just solving a problem people face today. Tomorrow you will have copycats. How will you keep differentiating yourself? Thank you.
Any more questions we have? Maybe we'll take one more question.
Specifically in terms of your operations, do you feel like face difficulties in engaging the customer at the end of the delivery, specifically for last mile deliveries. And I've heard that you have problems with the same day delivery. So if you can just shine a little bit light on that, because
So in Valentine's, we died. We had to shut the website by 6 p.m. and we were delivering till 10:30. Especially Abu Dhabi was a big challenge. People were sending us emails. This is a scam. I'm going to report your company. Where's my order? So we sent the driver at 10 at night and he wasn't answering his phone. So the problem we face in the UAE, which we don't have in the UK, for example, ما عندنا postal codes. So the driver has to call you and say, where's your location? This is a big problem you can solve as entrepreneurs, and I'll use your service. Last mile journey is a big challenge. Actually, Amazon, who's one of the biggest in the world, can only fulfill 80% of their deliveries. Can you imagine somebody like Amazon? So I think last mile journey is something we all struggle with. Logistics company after COVID have a huge opportunity and challenge to be able to meet the demand. That's why I said I rather focus on value versus volume. I don't have the answer. You just have to try different partners and vendors to see what works. But mashallah, yani you have Abdullah Shalhoub in Saudi who has Barq, which is optimizing the last mile journey. This is very interesting. I also know a startup in LA, but I can't remember their name. So what I'm talking about is how can you use technology to reach the end user faster and in a better way. And I try to promise you this as Caddo. I don't let our drivers call you and say location after you've sent it already, or to keep calling you at weird hours. We're all facing this challenge. Even Noon is facing it. But alhamdulillah, so far so good. You try to make it up to the client. Yeah. Thank you.
Okay. Last question. Okay, last question. نعطيك المايك. Just one moment so we can hear you.
Assalamu alaikum. My name is Ali Nouais, also an entrepreneur in the art market. My question for you is the logistics of things when it comes to your operations. Do you get your items from suppliers? And if so, or manufacturers? And if so, what is the challenges? What are the challenges and the problems that you are facing along that route?
That's a very good question. So, stock. The other challenge you face in a business like mine is inventory. يعني نحن اليوم when we get vendors to sign with us, we take a discount. So what that means is every time I get an order, they will be notified, our drivers will collect it, come back to our office, we package it and we send it out. Hello, this is our model. The challenge is because they're small vendors, they don't update us regularly enough on the stock. If they're out of stock, customers really unhappy, wants their money back. You lose money because of the interest fee. So what I've realized, you have to have a 40-60% approach. What does that mean? And Mum's World did this. I learned this from Mum's World, if you're all familiar with the website. Have 40% in your office as stock, or buy it if you can. And then 60% will be consignment, which is the shop and drop model. Because it's impossible to fulfill a big demand of orders if you don't look at a model that balances your balance sheet. Lana, think about it. How can you deliver same day or in 2 hours by going around the city to different locations and warehouses, and then they're shut on Saturday? Now with the new weekend, I think we're all very confused with what's a working day and what's not, you know what I mean? So for me, you need to look at a mixed approach to be able to fulfill. Because what will happen with the wholesale approach, you'll have more margin. يعني بتربح between 50 to 70%, whereas with the shop and drop, you'll be taking less margin, but you don't hold the stock. So you have to figure out how you can... there's another business idea for you, how to help vendors update businesses like us on their stock, like have APIs connected in the back end. That would be great. Thank you.
Thank you very much for your questions. Thank you so much, Ms. Layla Al-Marashi. Round of applause for Ms. Layla. Wow, what an insightful presentation. Unfortunately, my wife's birthday was last month, so I couldn't take advantage of your services, but now I know where to go, inshallah. Okay, now we reach the pivotal time where we are ready for our startups. All of the startups know the order that they will be presenting in. So let me introduce the formalities of the startup competition. Over the next 90 minutes, the students will pitch their ideas to our judges, hoping that they will get the seal of approval and investor funding. It's now my pleasure to introduce our esteemed judges who will be judging the entrepreneurs and startups today. First, Mr. Jasim Al-Rahma, General Manager of Emirates Angels. Round of applause for Mr. Jasim. Next, we'll have Mr. Yaqub Al-Sarkal, CEO and founder of Yas Investments. And finally, our latest speaker, Ms. Leila Al-Marashi, CEO of Caddo Gifting, will be our third judge for today. Now, before we start, we would like to remind our student entrepreneurs of the rules. The rules are very important. First, you will have 5 minutes to present. So whether you have 5 slides or 20 slides, 5 minutes is all you have. Once you complete your 5 minutes, you will have 3 minutes where the judges will be able to ask you direct questions related to your business. Once those 8 minutes are over, we are going to be keeping time. So the time will tell you time, and we'll move on to the next entrepreneur. We will have a top 3, so we will have first, second, and third place, which we will announce directly after the startup competition is done. So do your best and good luck. To introduce the first entrepreneur today, I would like to bring on the company The Hive. Please welcome The Hive.
Okay, so I'm Mohamed Yassin, CEO and founder of The Hive company, and also have Deepex as a marketing agency and Alamk as a bookstore. So The Hive basically started as a trainer. I was a trainer, let's say, for 4 to 5 years before. I started training in marketing because I started marketing as from 8 to 9 years. I started with Facebook ads. So when I started training, I discovered a pain that when I am like hiring people, I'm not finding the people that have the specific talent or the specific skill that I'm searching for. Then this is where I discovered my pain, and it is till now I'm having that pain. And how did I solve that? Is by my course. I gave a course in digital marketing and Facebook ads specifically, and hired 3 of the trainees that I was training them. So from 18, 3 of them are now my employees. So I think this is specifically in Arabic, or let's say even this region. So Dubai, GCC, it's moving fast. The skills are going up to like, the skills are like, we cannot even follow up the skills that are needed in GCC. If you're talking about programming, we're talking about marketing, we're talking about Photoshop, we're talking about graphic design. Every day it's changing, and it is hard to follow up. We may have Udemy, we may have Coursera, we'll be talking about the competitors after a while, but we don't have courses that are meant to our region. I searched for courses about VCs yesterday. I didn't find any courses in Arabic that are mainly for our region. So, most of the courses are weak or in English. And most of the courses are weak or not meant to our field or our region. It is for US, it's for UK, it's for Australia, but not for our region. So the solution is there. We have people like Layla, we have people like Dr. Abdul Latif, we have people like Yaqub, but they're not training. So maybe because they're not even interested in training, we either make them trainers or we let them teach people that can be trainers. Let's take example. If we took what we have with Layla, what we have with Dr. Abdul Latif, and turned it into passion. I mean, into courses. These courses will literally benefit us. So we don't just create courses, we create trainers. So I started, let's say, 4 years before. We started with face-to-face courses, then we went to Zoom courses. We had more than 10,000 trainees for the courses. So, but there was one problem in this business model. It was not scalable. So I had the Zoom course, I had the face-to-face course, I have 16, I have 10,000 trainees, I have 100,000 trainees. But, okay, now I have stopped creating courses. How can I profit more? So it's like, it's proportionally the cost and the sales, the sales and the cost are going up proportionally, so it's not scalable. So we created this product. We created or launched Arabic pre-recorded courses. That was when my business model changed directly. I had my course. This is my course here. كيف شغل الفيديو? Okay, just skip the video. The video will be showing you that I have more than 300 trainees in my pre-recorded course. I recorded it once. It took me 4 days. Now more than 300 students are watching this course live. So I think this is a scalable project. So the business model, I have 3 business models or 3 target audiences. First of all is the courses for the B2C. We bring it depends on the instructor. We give the percentages. I'll be talking about the percentages, but not now. I don't have the time. Business to business, that's our weakness. That's why we need you as an investor. I know that you as investors here have the ability to enter the market in B2B. I don't have it. I have it to B2C. I am expert in marketing, but I'm not B2B guy. And consulting, we are aiming to enter the consulting industry. I'm doing this as personal-wise. I'm having more than 45 hours of consulting every month. So competitors, you will ask, okay, Udemy are doing that, Coursera are doing that. We have in Arabic market, تدرب, دورات, but what will make you unique? As I said, we are creating trainers, not creating, we're creating trainers, not creating courses. So when Udemy is a platform, Coursera is a platform, but this platform, what will make me know that this course is qualified? Ratings, we can fake ratings, but we are aiming to control the quality of the courses, and we are aiming to focus on health and money.
30 seconds left.
So MVP for the new product here, as we see, this is the website. The website is launched. We have more than 6 courses in different fields. We are now recording more 10 courses. So we have also more than 1,000 users are now. What's next? To create more than 500 high quality products or high quality courses, and to reach 200,000 users, to have more than 5,000 hours of consulting, and this is in the next year only. We're aiming in NFTs, but that's in a later stage. Courses NFT, imagine that.
We'll move on to the question and answer. Big round of applause for the Hive. If any of the judges have any questions, we can ask now.
Hi, congratulations on the model. How much are you looking to raise?
I'm looking for 1 million, and to be distributed 20% for the employees, 10% for the application and IT employees, and 70% will be for marketing.
Dollars or dirham?
Dirhams.
Thank you.
So يعطيك العافية. So how are you sourcing those trainers, and how are you incentivizing them? Would be my first question.
So first of all, we are reaching them personally. So that's why we need a number of employees. Then the second thing, I personally teach the employees to how the steps are going to maintain the quality of the courses. So we go to people like you and tell them our approach for them, how the course will be, and we turn your knowledge and write it down and give it to you, so you can go and proceed for that.
And then, so you're shifting away from, not away, but you're also adding a B2B line to the business, where you're going from B2C to B2B.
Sure.
On the B2C side, how are you prioritizing which courses you want to give? And then on the B2B model, how are you thinking about that? Since you will be dealing with corporations and you will have specific needs that they will ask for.
For B2C, it would be three main things. First of all, two main things, but health will be. So health, mental health, and how to get money. Because that's why people buy courses. If they can get the health, or they get the mental health, or get the money, they will just buy it as soon as possible. For B2B, we'll be aiming to going for what the governments literally need, is how to, for example, the HR, the marketing, but for the entities. It's different than for B2C. And also will be the new LinkedIn. So I know that most of the government entities now are using LinkedIn, but the LinkedIn, okay, gives good courses, but it's not for our region. So it will be the new LinkedIn in these entities.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. يعطيك العافية.
Allah يعافيك.
I'm still not clear what's the difference, for example, between you and Dawrat. LinkedIn, it's fine.
Yeah.
The language, it's okay, I understand. But Dawrat and others, for example, Coursera also, they have some Arabic content. So this is one thing. Another thing is you said that you can fake the rating and everything. So how can I trust your content as well? Who are your trainers? Anybody who can just speak, who has a communication skill, or they are accredited by someone?
Okay. So what we are aiming, or what's in our mentality, is they don't have to be accredited by someone, but they have to be in the level that we want the people to reach. As an example, we want taking an entrepreneur or taking a graphic designer. We can see his work. A graphic designer, we can see his work. Then we are not faking the course thing. We just, because most of the talents, let's say Elon Musk. Example, Elon Musk is not a good presenter, but imagine Elon Musk giving a course. So we are solving a problem that the most talented people in this world, or even in UAE, in Dubai, in any specific region, the best talents cannot speak. They have this speaking. Let's say the speaking talent is different than being strong in your field.
We have 20 seconds to wrap up.
So that's how we be aiming for the trainers, I think. Not always, but most. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you very much to the Hive. We remind the judges to do the grading before we move on to the next startup. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And now to introduce our next startup. Our next startup is eFate. So eFate, please welcome eFate to the stage.
Assalamu alaikum everyone. My name is Hamd al-Hamadi. Myself and my two colleagues, Ibrahim and Muhammad, we co-founded eFate, which is an electronic waste management company. A quick fact, you know that by 2030, the generation of e-waste around the world will be equivalent to the weight of 148 Burj Khalifas, and this is considered a huge problem. eFate is a company that specializes in managing and collecting e-waste and aiming to achieve sustainability by linking between the e-waste consumers like us or any company and the recyclers here in UAE. The problem that we as people that living in our houses, we saw like stores full with e-waste that we don't know how to deal with it. And we saw in our colleges and other entities that there is an increase of e-waste without a clear mechanism for disposing it. Also, after we making our studies and researches, we found that there is a lot of collection difficulties from houses and companies. And also there is an improper disposal practice like what we have, which is called scrubs. And the person should pay to recycle. This sometimes considered as a pain for some people. Last but not least, there is the data security concern after we go in the market and we deal with the companies that really care about their data, we saw this problem. So eFaith come up with an innovative solution for all that problems. First, let's segregate our clients or our customers into two. We have the customers, which is called B2C, which is the consumers, and we have also the customers, which is companies, which is B2B. For the consumers or the households or communities, we provide them with a drop-off station that we already have it in Sustainable City. So the person can easily access to this place, which is 24/7 open, and it is safe and secure hub, and it's monitored by us. Also, it's free of charge for anybody to get rid of his e-waste very safely. For the companies, we provide them with small containers in their stores, so after they make it full, they easily can call us to pick it up. Also, we provide them with a green certificate. That means this company has been recycled their e-waste 100% environmentally friendly. This is some evidence of what we have in Sustainable City. This is our first drop-off station in Sustainable City. And this photo on the right shows the engagement of people that are caring about recycling if we provide them with the right solution. Let's talk briefly about the cost and revenue for eFaith. Our revenue comes from, after we're selling 1 kilogram of e-waste, give us 1 dirhams in average. This is the low cost, that's mean. Also, we have a service of on-site shredding, where we shred the hard disk for the companies that care about their data. So we provide them with the on-site shredding, and we cost 40 dirhams per each device. Also, for the sales of reused items that we get from our customers, from the companies and the hotels, we get from 50 to 90% of reselling prices. For the cost, to go through it quickly, we have the storage units where we manufacture it in our dealers. Drop-off station that costs around 30 to 40,000. E-boxes and e-cages. Unfortunately, I don't have a picture here, but I will try to show you later. Also, the salaries of the people that are working and the hauling or the surface pickup that we are providing. Last but not least, the license and office, which is a capital cost.
1 minute remaining.
Quick to talk about the achievements. Last year, we won 4 contracts that we'll be talking about later. Next slide. We allocated, as I said, our first drop-off station in Sustainable City, and we organize a campaign for our marketing in Sustainable City, and we collect over 3,000 kilograms of e-waste just in 2 weeks. Till now, we reached to be recycled more than 13,000 kilograms of e-waste within 1 year. This our clients last year, and we have already 3 are in the process. Sustainable City, Accor Hotels, Isa Saleh Al Girg, and Injazat, our client in Abu Dhabi. Last but not least, after we establish our first drop-off station, we have been echoing through the MENA area within more than 13 years. Our ask for today, we separated into 3 main projects, which is total of 400,000 dirhams. First, which is the pickup services, and the develop application that will make sure people will get incentives of their recycling. That's very important for us. And by providing new drop-off stations around the UAE in each Emirates to make it easy for us to have a pickup service. The idea and the work behind all of this were 3 of us, which is the engineer Muhammad Saleh, engineer Ibrahim, and myself, engineer Muhammad Al-Hamadi. Last, to wrap it up, His Highness established a policy in 2020, and it's coming in line with our vision, where he said an effective waste management in a way that preserve the environment and generate new economic opportunities. We care about the environment and the economy at the same time, and we hope that we achieve that. Thank you for listening, and you can follow us in our contacts. If you have any question, I will be glad to ask.
Thank you. We'll move on to the judges' questions.
Congratulations, this is an amazing concept, actually. In my career in oil and gas, waste management was a huge problem in the UAE. No one was tackling. Two questions. There is a competitor, I think, in Sharjah. I'm just trying to check the name with... just give me 1 second, I'll pull it out. The other question I had, will you be targeting other channels of waste other than tech gadgets?
Our e-waste has come along with everything that works with either a cable or battery. So we take everything in the type of e-waste, except the medical hazardous waste. We cannot handle it because it's a different category and different policy and different work.
The competitor is BIA. Will you guys be working
BIA
with
is
them?
a government company.
Yes.
So we don't compete with them. We maybe have partnership with them. No problem with that. But what we are offering is a quick and easy way to make people access to our drop stations where they ensure that they recycle very well. So we have providing for each Emirates a drop-off station where we can pick these items to the nearest facility. And this way we make sure that this e-waste recycled here in UAE, not outside, like some practices right now happening.
Excellent. Yes. One more question. Is this scalable? Will you be looking at a franchise model, or how will you be taking it to the rest of the Middle East?
Our aiming for the next 2 to 5 years, not to be just in UAE, we want to expand to the GCC, inshallah.
Excellent. Congratulations.
Very inspiring, of course. So basically, as you move forward, you identified as the second piece of spending will be in developing an incentivization kind of program in order to incentivize maybe people to kind of dispose waste in the right manner. You already have it slightly with companies with the certificates, the way you're doing it. You know, it's interesting to know if you're interacting with government on that topic, because I think you know, especially in the waste recycling, you know, you have to kind of speak with local municipalities and understand what their regulations and go that route, and then balance out, you know, with whatever work you want to do. So how are you thinking about that?
So actually we reached to Dubai municipality and we did not get a clear answer, or they did not communicate with us very well. But we stopped it, so we make sure that we are really doing a big thing that they will recognize. So we have a margin or a goal. If we reach it, we will start talking to these people, the government entities, and we will make sure after we get our investment and making our scaling between providing a pickup service and provide we have our own store, our own office. This way we make sure that our works will go and good, inshallah.
And the incentives for on the yes, people side, and how will you incentivize those guys to go to the drop-off station?
Inshallah, it will be detailed, but for each person that recycled, should have an account in our application. And this way, after he drop off his e-waste, there will be a way to weight this e-waste, and it will be in his account. Like, for example, if you recycled 100 kilos of e-waste, you will get 100 points. After you get 10,000 points, you will get a free iPhone or like that. Or you have discounts for different places.
1 minute remaining.
Just a quick one about sorting. How are you thinking about it? How are you doing it? And as you grow, how will you manage that?
Inshallah. But right now we cannot give all the details because we did not start with it. So we give everything in each يعني كل شيء بوقته حلو. فإن شاء الله نبدأ واحدة واحدة إن شاء الله.
شكرا يعطيك العافية. شكرا يعقوب. I wanted to ask about incentivizing, but Yaqub took care of this. But I have two questions here only. Have you approached MAN, Social Contribution Authority? This is my first question. My second question, it seems that you're established business and you already have customers, and you might be already having also revenue, but why do you still use Gmail?
Gmail, because we tried actually a couple of times to make it our own domain, and yesterday we was discussing about that to make it more professional. But in the meanwhile, we said, let's focus on our work. Then this it's not a small thing or small task, but we'll definitely change it within 2 months, inshallah. Yes.
Shukran.
Thank you very much. Round of applause for Ifit.
Thank you.
Now we'll move on to our next entrepreneur. Please welcome Cartel to the stage.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والسلام عليكم. At the beginning, sorry for the non-Arabic speakers. I'm going to present in Arabic. السلام عليكم. معكم أخوكم حمدان حسن الحمادي، مدير ومؤسس ورشة كارتيل لخدمات السيارات. في البداية خلوني أخبركم عن ورشتنا. ورشة كارتيل لخدمات السيارات ورشة متخصصة في تصليح السيارات الأوروبية، متواجدة في أبو ظبي، ومتخصصة أيضا في تصليح بعض السيارات اليابانية. طبعا نحن في سوق ما تخلى من المشاكل، كونها الوكالة سعرها غالي ومبالغ فيه بالنسبة للكثير، فالأغلب يتوجه لمراكز الصيانة الخاصة أو الورش الخاصة. ومن يوصل الشخص الصناعية ويطلع منها يتشكى، خربوا سيارتي، سووا ما أدري شو، سرقوا دبات البيئة، خسروني أكثر عن لو صرت الوكالة. ما يوقف، يمشي ويردد. بس نحن ما نقدر نجي ونقول صاحب ورشة السيارات المختصة ما يعرف يصلح وأنا أعرف أصلح، ولا أقدر أجي أقول صاحب ورشة السيارة مش أمين وأنا أمين. في النهاية هذا الشيء من داخل الإنسان بينه وبين نفسه. لكن أنا أقدر أجي وأقول إن عندنا مشاكل محددة طرحناها على هاي الثلاث أشياء، بداية من قلة وجود خدمات بجودة عالية وبأسعار عادلة للجميع، وأيضا كثير من الناس ما يحبون يدخلون الصناعية. من يوم يعرف ان اليوم انا بدخل الصناعيه هني يبدا عنده صداع حتى قبل ما يدخل. وايضا عندنا بعد نقدر نقول قله الوضوح في تقدير مشاكل السياره، وان شاء الله نحن راح نحلها بهاي الثلاث اشياء، بدايه من تقديم خدمه بجوده عاليه للجميع باسعار عادله للجميع ان شاء الله، وأيضا تقديم بعض الخدمات المتميزة مثل نقل السيارة من وإلى المنزل، تقديم السيارة بدون أي خرابات، تقديم السيارة مغسولة نظيفة، توفير عروض ضمان، عروض صيانة، وأيضا بعد راح نوفر عمالة عالية. الحمد لله وفرنا عدد معين وراح نزيد العمالة عندنا فإن شاء الله، وراح نوفر أيضا أجهزة حديثة لتصليح السيارات وفحص السيارات. الحمد لله أنجزنا الكثير بالسبع شهور اللي طافت اللي قاعدين نشتغل فيها، بداية من السوشيال ميديا والماركتينج. عندنا حساب انستغرام وحساب تيك توك بعدد متابعين جيد وعدد زباين جيد أيضا، والحمد لله موقعنا موجود على جوجل ماب والزباين راضيين علينا ودوم نسمع كل خير عن شغلنا. هذه ورشتنا البسيطة المتواضعة، وهذه بعض العروض اللي نقدمها على السوشيال ميديا. ومن ناحية حجم السوق، نحن ما شاء الله في الإمارات عندنا من أكبر الأسواق من ناحية السيارات. يعني إحصائية 2018 تقول أن في الإمارات تسجلت 3.5 مليون سيارة، مليون منها في أبو ظبي اللي هو موقع تواجد ورشتنا. فيعني من ناحية الكاستمرز اللي نستهدفهم، من ناحية السيارات وأنواعها اللي نستهدفها، نقدر نقول عندنا نحن مليون سيارة في الهدف إن شاء الله. والحمد لله في السبع شهور اللي طافت قدرنا نستقبل أكثر عن 430 سيارة، وقدرنا نحقق ربح 174 ألف درهم. طبعا لين الحين عندي فريق مكون من 6 أشخاص من مساعدين وفنيين وإداريين. طبعا خطط التوسع عندي، خطط التوسع يعني عندي أنا وايد خطط ووايد أشياء راح حاب إني أضيفها من ناحية التوسع، لكن أهم شيء اللي هو أبغى أزيد عدد قدرتي للاستقبال الزباين. زين بتكون من ناحية توسعة الفريق، توسعة فنية، وأيضا راح أحاول أبني ويب سايت يساعد الكاستمرز إنه بري بوكينج يكون عنده، وأيضا إنه يراوي الخدمات كلها، وأيضا الويب سايت نفسه راح يساعد في الإدارة الداخلية للورشة تسريع الشغل إن شاء الله. من ناحية خطة التوسع، خطة التوسع عندي بتشمل وايد أشياء إن شاء الله، وعندي إن شاء الله من بعد 2 من خطة التوسع. بداية خطة التوسع عندي راح تجري على مدار 6 أشهر. من بعد هذه 6 أشهر 2 قدام إن شاء الله راح يكون الدخل الصافي ما بين 47 ألف درهم إلى 57 ألف درهم، وراح يكون في ازدياد كل 3 أشهر بنسبة 10% إن شاء الله. وطبعا طلبي من ناحية الاستثمار لتوسعة الفريق التوسعة الفنية والتوسعة الداخلية إن شاء الله مدروسة بالكامل. تطلب التوسعة هذه 200 ألف درهم إماراتي، وأيضا الحصول على خبرة المستثمر في الإدارة من ناحية النصيحة، من ناحية التوجيه، من ناحية عدة أشياء كثيرة يعني. وشكرا على حسن الاستماع.
شكرا عزيزي. ال 200 ألف هاي شلون sorry for speaking in Arabic. ال 200 ألف هذه على أي أساس حسبتها؟ يعني إذا أنت تقول مثلا تبغي ويب سايت وابليكيشنز وغيرها، يعني هذا المبلغ ما بيكفي حتى لهذا، فعلى أي أساس بتتوزع شلون؟
لا، هذه ال 200 ألف مسوي أنا دراسة كاملة، خطة كاملة. زين قلت لك أنا التوسعة عندي ما بتبدأ بداية من الويب سايت، بتبدأ بداية من الكادر الفني. زين أنا عندي حاليا الفريق بسيط، وعندي من ناحية المساحة قدرة لاستقبال يعني مثلا نتكلم عن 14 16 كاستمر في اليوم، وموجودين ها 16 كاستمر، لكن هل عندي الطاقم الفني اللي يقدر يشتغل ويقدم جودة ويخلص مثل ما قلت أنا أكون أقدم جودة عالية في وقت قصير؟ هل أقدر أخلص هال 14 15 كاستمر؟ لا. فبدايتي أنا بتكون من ناحية زيادة الكادر الفني، تدريب الكادر الفني، ترتيب الإدارة، وأيضا في ويب سايت لسوفت وير داخلي داخل الإدارة. زين بعدين راح يبدأ من ناحية التوسعة الفنية. زين نحتاج أدوات فنية، نحتاج أجهزة، نحتاج كمبيوترات، نحتاج عدة أشياء. وبعدين راح يجي ناحية من بعد ما يجهز هذا كامل راح يجي الويب سايت، كل شيء محسوب وكل شيء بسرعة إن شاء الله. ونحن محددين أكثر عن 22 نقطة حابين نطورها.
اوكي، فال 200 هذه بتكفي لكم تقريبا سنة يعني؟
هذه راح تطور. نحن ما
كم حاط التارجت مالك ال 200 إلى مدة كم؟
إلى مدة 6 أشهر. 6 أشهر للتطوير فقط، مش لتغطية التكاليف، مش لكذا، لأن من ناحية تغطية التكاليف الحمد لله كلها مغطاية والورشة قاعدة تدخل ربح.
اوكي، وانت حاليا ما قاعد تتعامل مع ورش، انت تبغى تصلح كل شيء من عندك انت؟
هي كل شيء من عندي انا.
اوكي، فما في عندك ثيرد بارتيز تتعامل معهم؟
لا، انا عندي ثيرد بارتيز من ناحية الورش الاختصاصية. لما نتكلم عن مخرطة نتكلم عن CNC تيرنينج، CNC ماشين، هاي الاشياء، فانا ابى اسحب هاي الاشياء عندي داخل، ما ابى اتعامل معاهم بعد.
يعطيك العافية.
الله يعافيك.
يعني ما شاء الله شكله بزنس ناجح ومربح. طبعا احنا يعني انا دائما اركز على ناحيه التكنولوجيا، لان احنا نستثمر في التكنولوجيا.
صح.
وما شاء الله الجراجات وايده، واكيد بتنافس واكيد بتاخذ حصه ان شاء الله باذن الله من هالسوق. لكن السؤال ايش قايل انت تبى من السنه هاي لين السنه الجايه يضاعف حجم البزنس مالك، فهذا يكون يعني من ناحيه التكنولوجيا يكون بالسوفت وير، ان هذا السوفت وير انت تحل فيه مشكله، وعقب بالتالي البرنامج هذا عقب تتوسع فيه وتغطي كل جراجات الدولة بالطريقة هاي، بدال انك انت تكبر جراجك بشكل كبير. وانت حددت المشكلة ان الكواليتي مو موجود او مو مضمون، والشيء الثاني المتابعة مو موجودة، يعني الزبون يحط سيارته ما يدري متى بترد له، وين في مرحلة واصلة الى اخره. فيعني ليش ما تركز على جانب التكنولوجيا اللي بيفيدك انت اول شيء، بيعطيك انت تنافسية، بتخلي الكاستمر يشوف تليفونه ويعرف بالضبط شو جالس يستوي، عقب من تسوي السوفت وير هذا وتضبطه عقب تبدا تبيع على جراجات ثانيه، بالطريقه هاي بتوسع وايد بسرعه يعني.
من ناحيه السوفت وير هذا اوريدي في شركات تنافس بشكل كبير من ناحيه السوفت وير، في شركات ما تخلص، وعندي انا واحد من ربعي زين عنده تو مخلص السوفت وير ماله زين، فان شاء الله راح يكون في تعامل بيني وبينه، وحاليا انا قاعد اختبر له الديمو مال السوفت وير في جراجي عندي انا، فمن هاي الناحيه يدعمني وادعمه ان شاء الله. الله يعافيك.
Round of applause for Cartel, please. شكرا، بالتوفيق إن شاء الله. ننتقل الآن إلى مؤسس كنز آرت. كنز آرت، تفضل.
Assalamu alaikum. I would just like to say I'm honored and thank you for this opportunity today. My name is Ali Nouais. I am CEO and founder of Kenz Art. What is Kenz? Kenz in Arabic translates to treasure, which is the vision of the company, which is all art is treasure. So we'll start this pitch with a little story. started off selling my paintings back 2 years ago and came up with a lot of problems and issues in the art market, especially since I was an amateur artist, I had no experience and so on. So we noticed that the majority of art sales goes through galleries, dealers, museums, auction centers, and it provides a high entrance barrier for amateur artists. And 72% of amateur artists use social media to this day. So we decided on forming a solution, which is creating a platform that is easy to use, free of cost, no entrance barrier, and community-driven, as well as it includes most of the services in the art market. So we start off with our features and services. We also offer buying, selling of artworks, following one another, exploring the art ecosystem, interaction between our artists and art enthusiasts, collaborating with one another, and then in the future, auctions and art products that are branded by Ken's Art. So to carry on onto the art market value, we have, based on statistics here, concluded that in the Middle East, we have $92.7 billion, as well as globally, it reached about $405 billion as of 2021. So our target audience here, it is a platform, and we are targeting in the B2C ecosystem, amateur artists, young artists, students in high schools and so on, as well as art buyers, such as art enthusiasts, art collectors. And to carry on onto the B2B, we are targeting hotels, F&B establishments, event places, and schools and institutions. So our business model is fairly simple. We start off with delivering the art from artist to art buyer. As for our revenue streams, we have found a lot of ways to scale and a lot of ways to find opportunities in revenue streams. For example, artists, they can have platform subscriptions, which enhances their experiences, as well as workshop, classes, art supplies that we are offering, events and exhibitions, which are 4 times to 5 times a year, as well as the art buyers, we are taking the sales commission, a 20% markup to be fair to the artists, as well as the small delivery charge. However, for the B2B, we are getting our revenue streams from bulk orders, art rotation subscriptions, commission artists, which is where businesses would commission artists, and canvas printings. This is a small preview of the platform we're developing, which is in the late stages of development as of the moment. We have the web app as well as the potential mobile application. So our objectives are fairly simple. 3 simple objectives, which are to create a community within the artist ecosystem, as well as to profit off these artists without taking away from their fairness, and to revolutionize the art market and to make it the art household name in UAE. The core team, to start off about myself, I am in finance, and I've been taking art as a hobby for about 5 years now. Saeed is our CTO and consultant. He's been handling the tech ecosystem in Ken's Art, as well as Ahmed Al-Tayr, who is our logistics officer and our strategist. To carry on with the competition, after intensive research, we found out that locally we are competing with art mavens. See, the problem with art mavens and the other competitor, which I'll get onto in a moment, is that every platform we have come across to has a certain threshold. And in the terms of art mavens, the threshold was that we needed to pay a subscription monthly, regardless of selling or not selling our paintings. It was difficult to navigate. It wasn't very easy on the eyes. And to carry on Saatchi art, which is globally known, it does need past participation to take part of. So I would have to be in past exhibitions, events, and so on.
30 seconds left.
Understood. So we'll skip this one. As for the stage of technology, we have completed the web design, back-end development, and integrations of APIs, and we are in the progress of the front-end development, automations and efficiency systems, and development of phase 2, which we will talk about later. Our next steps are to complete the web app, our marketing, focus on the application, the mobile application, and then finally analyze all that data to streamline user efficiency. Our potential partners could be Al Sarkal Avenue, since they are in the art ecosystem, Rotana Hotel chains, and Emirates Autism Centers for our CRNs. These are our past events that we partook in, some to name a few. And we finally ask for 400,000 dirhams to start in the scaling process. Networks to better enhance our platform community of artists and art lovers. And finally, your support. Thank you.
Thank you for sharing this. Have you considered working with NFTs?
Yes, I've done major research when it comes to crypto and NFTs. However, given the risky environment that it has, I think that it's better to wait and conduct more research on the matter before applying it towards the platform.
And for marketing, is there anything performance-based or digital marketing you'll be using the investment on?
Yes, definitely. When it comes to marketing, our marketing strategy is heavily relied on community-based marketing. So, for example, our Instagram would be showcasing other people's artworks. We will be our main goal is to enhance, to support, and to give artists opportunities which they normally wouldn't get.
One last just piece of advice. I would recommend a pop-up in Art Dubai and Art Abu Dhabi just to be able to attract the right audiences, clients, vendors, etc. And I'm also happy to introduce your platform to a few Emirati artists.
I agree, and thank you so much.
Thank you.
Definitely happy to do intros as well. But back to the basically the marketing and the community-based onboarding you have in mind, and you just gave a hint about kind of showcasing work. But you know, you're having two sides of the equation, whereby you're onboarding artists, but then you will want to also sell their work and onboard customers. So can you take us through a quick journey on how, a little bit more details on how you're thinking about that?
Of course. Well, I'm thinking of splitting marketing into two categories. We are in the process of marketing as of the moment. The first type would be to invite artists, which is we call it the sign-up campaign. Once that's done and we have a template of marketing resources that we can use, we're going to keep that as assets for the next 2 to 3 years. And the second part would be the art buyers and art enthusiasts. Thank you. Would be the art buyers and art enthusiasts, and we could target these art lovers individually, as well as try to get into events. There are about 5 art events in UAE where we can even showcase artist artwork in our own booths. And we already have a strategy for that. And we will be handing out brochures, we will be handing out catalogs, and so many marketing material that will make Ken's art stick into householders' names. As of the moment, yes, we have about 2 artists with exclusive artworks, 3 if you want to include myself. However, we are still in the planning phase, or the development phase actually. And we would like a proof of concept first before inviting other artists into the platform and getting exclusive work.
connections, businesses, everything. So we'll be very happy, Gub and I, to make intro for you and for everyone else there.
And we'd highly appreciate that. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much to Kenzart. Thank you to the team of the Emirates Angel Investors. We will have one more startup before we take a short pause for an MOU signing. So the other startups can take a breather and learn from the questions, answers, and how the presentations were done. So I'd like to introduce our startup, Choice Board. Please welcome Choice Board.
Hello everyone, this is Khawla Al-Hammadi, an alumni at higher colleges of technology, majored in Bachelor of Education in Early Childhood. And a KG homeroom teacher at Bloom Charter School. My startup is titled The Choice Board. It is an interactive platform that allows young learners to choose activity and motivate them to learn better. During the pandemic of COVID-19, I faced many challenges that During the pandemic of COVID-19, I faced many challenges how to teach young learners through distance learning. So then I implement, I can't.
Arabic is fine.
Okay. So during the pandemic of COVID-19, I faced many challenges how to teach young learners through distance learning. To implement my final graduation research report about effective e-learning language development strategies in the KG classroom. Then guide me with this solution. Through facing these problems, current educational tools that are interactive are quite dull and static. E-learning platforms are not easy for all learners, and young learners, they don't know how to self-study. E-learning, as there is no guidance that allow learners to self-study also, and most teachers are struggling how to do differentiation activities and self-assessment, because most teachers are focusing on higher level learners and ignore the rest of them. Okay, then I came with a new idea to create a platform that is built on user engagement via interactive tools, such as mobile and tablet, to support teachers and students in enhancing their educational journey. First, creating a platform that helps students to achieve their tasks through doing their work by themselves, assist learners, and developing presentation skills. Second, providing interactive activities to target all learners in the learning. And finally, students learn how to do self-assessment through following the rubric. Okay, the choice board is the main objective of choice board. It is to find a new way to close any educational gap for all students. Okay, and also guide learners to self-study schedules, self-assessment, and also their build, because it is target all learners. And also, it helps students to practice various types of activities to develop their presentation skills. This is an example of choice board that I created during the pandemic when I teach through e-learning. So students feel that they are in the real classroom environment. And this is the example that learners need to follow the guideline to show them the example and what they need to do. And finally, students learn to do self-assessment. So they need to check what they've done. The competitors for to my company is CISO platform. CISO platform is an international platform that not using in the UAE. Also, a traditional worksheet of choice board. So these two programs, I saw students are not interactive in these tools. So the choice board is created to be platform, to be alternative to worksheet. And it is a first platform that innovated in the UAE and Gulf region. It will help learners also to have events and workshops that manage home learning for individual learning. The choice board is seeking to investment for 250,000 dirham, which will be used over 12 months. Okay, 50,000 dirham for content development that hire graphic designer to support developing the material. 100 is for platform development for to provide the application and website. 100,000 dirham for business development, marketing and advertisement. The target for my product is nursery. There are more than 510 nurseries in the UAE, and also schools. There are more than 1,220 private and government schools, also targeting the home learning for individuals. For next step, I will apply the product by designing the choice board to be platform and application, website and application. Second, the product will be present in the Ministry of Education and Abu Dhabi Department of Education Knowledge. Third, I will provide a video to show them how to use the platform effectively. And finally, the product will be provided to Ministry and implemented in the MOA and ADEC. Thank you for listening. Feel free to ask questions. Sorry.
شكرا خالي يعطيك العافية. Just wanted to ask, you said a company and you show some product. Do you have a customers already or still?
The product is in process, so we are creating the platform, a platform that will help us to build it. So we need for the investment to support our product.
Okay, and have you approached the Ministry of Education as of now? Have you showed them? Did they show any interest?
I used it during the pandemic of COVID-19 in the school, for the whole school. It was implemented during the e-learning. So I showed the progress, how students progressed in 8 months and improved their presentation skills from young age. So even they are in KG, they were, by the end of implementing this platform, they were able to present for me for different topics. KG1 students presenting about Happiness Day, about Mother Day, and other about happiness. So this helped me how to support young learners practice oral presentation skills.
I think the market gap you identified is definitely there. There's a lot of work to be done. And, you always kind of start from one point, and then as you grow, You kind of shape up your technology and processes to match the demand in the market. So I feel it's a great start. But I just want to ask about what you just explained. It seems like you tested the method before. So can you give us more clarity about it? And basically, what have you tested? What was the product that you tested?
Yes, through writing my final graduation research report, how to teach young learners through distant learning, what strategies that I need to improve learners through distant learning. Through implementing the choice board, helped me to guide learners choose their activity. They have free choice to do their activity, to engage them. The e-learning, it wasn't easy for them. It is a first experience. So this helped me to engage and see the benefit that we can do it. Even it is e-learning, it is difficult for parents, for students, for teachers. There is a solution to guide them in learning through implementing something, a new idea. And that's show me how young learners can do presentation skills. That was my target, how to develop English language for young learners.
Very focused, and I really like it, and I wish you all the best, inshallah.
Inshallah.
Thank you, Khawla, mashallah. You should be very proud of yourself today, because I think a lot of parents suffered during COVID in terms of teaching their kids via computer learning and e-learning. My question was, can I make a recommendation to link up with the KHDA to help you create like a faster reach across the UAE? The second question I had, so once you give them this technology, will they be repeat customers to come to you for advancements, maintenance of the software, etc., so that it's not just a one-off sale for you? And I think considering branching out to special needs children as well is very important.
Yeah, for special need, I was targeting also special need, because we need to include them in our schools and the community. So even I have a story, nice story. I had one special need who was struggling with their conversation. And when I asked him to record more videos that help him to be more confident, to present, to love the school, to do their educational work. So really it was, I can't forget this story. His name was Rabi'. His mom is still contacting to me. Thank you, Ms. Khawla. Thank you for, you helped my son. Also the parents that participate with me focus because they want to develop their learners, their kids' language skills. Their kids participate in the award in the UAE, and they won, even they are KG. So I'm very proud of them and what I did to help them.
That's amazing. Thank you so much.
Welcome. Welcome.
Ladies and gentlemen, just as a final note, it's not easy to come up here on the stage and to showcase your dreams and to show what something that you've been working for such a long time. So once more, a big round of applause for Choice Board. To take a break from our pitch, but for another very exciting conclusion to our HCT Incubation Forum, we are very, very happy to announce that one of the top organizations and an organization that has supported the HCT innovation and startup atmosphere from the very beginning, Sharjah Research and Technology Innovation Park, will now be signing a memorandum of understanding with the higher colleges of technology. So now I would like to welcome His Excellency Mr. Hussein Al-Mahmoudi and Dr. Abdulatif, Professor Abdulatif Al-Shamsi to sign the MOU. Welcome. we will commence the signing with His Excellency Mr. Hussein Al-Mahmoudi, CEO of Sharjah Research and Technology and Innovation Park. And now the MOU to be signed by Professor Abdul Latif Al-Shamsi from the higher colleges of technology as well. And now we'll take a final photo to commemorate this MOU signing. Thank you so much to His Excellency Mr. Hussein Al-Mahmoudi. Thank you to Professor Abdul Latif Al-Shamsi, and the best of luck for this partnership. And now a gift exchange between both organizations. Khawla, your slide is supporting the MOU signing. Thank you very much. Thank you.
I just want to say يعني بالعربي بنقول المجمع يعني مثل ما نقول بيت بيتكم، والمجمع الشارقة طبعا حسب توجيهات صاحب سمو الحاكم حاكم الشارقة، يعني هو مسواي لدعم رواد الأعمال المواطنين وتسهيل أعمالهم وأشغالهم. إن شاء الله نحن تحت أمركم في أي شيء. في النهاية نحن فريق واحد، ويعني نحن نكمل عملكم ونكمل الشغل الرائع اللي انتم تسوونه يعني. وان شاء الله يعني تكون فاتحه خير لنا كلنا ان شاء الله، نستفيد من هاي الموارد اللي موجوده عندنا ان شاء الله. فدكتور مشكور على هذه الثقه هذه، وان شاء الله نكون قد الثقه هاي ان شاء الله. ومره ثانيه مشكورين على هاي الفرصه الكبيره. شكرا.
شكرا سعادة حسين، شكرا أبو محمد على أول شيء تواجدكم معنا اليوم في هذا الفورم. طبعا التعاون بيننا وبين مجمع الشارقة تعاون تكاملي. اليوم نحن عندنا مجموعة من الشباب اللي شفنا بعض الأفكار اللي عندهم موجودة كستارت أبس، بس نحن كذلك كمؤسسة تعليمية نعرف حدودنا. نحن مؤسسة تعليمية نجهز طلابنا وشبابنا أن يكونون بالفعل عندهم شركاتهم الخاصة والشركات الناشئة اللي تكون تنجح في المستقبل. ولكن التعاون مع مجمع الشارقة اليوم هو دور مهم وأساسي، أن على أمل أن بعض الشركات تسبن أوت من كليات التقنية، بالعكس بيكون لهم أكسس للشركات العالمية، وبحكم المهنية والبروفيشناليزم اللي موجود عندهم كمؤسسة مدعومة على مستوى سمو الحاكم الشارقة، فبتكون فرصة أكثر يعني وأفضل لطلابنا أو للشركات الناشئة أن تكمل عندهم في المستقبل. فهذا النوع التكامل اللي نحن نطمح له، هذا النوع من التعاون. نحن مؤسسة صحيح ندعم الشركات الناشئة ونبدأ من أفكار بسيطة من طلابنا وطالباتنا ونحولها إلى منتجات تجارية، بس نرجع نقول التكامل واجب في التعاون مع هاي المؤسسات اللي بالعكس راح يستمر لسنوات. ونأمل إن شاء الله في لقائنا الجاي نشوف مجموعة من الشركات اللي شفناها اليوم من الستارت أبس تكون موجودة عندكم في المجمع كشركات إماراتية.
دعوة يمكن للشباب. احنا عاملين يوم ان شاء الله 22 مجلس رائد الاعمال، او المتحدث بيكون الاخ راشد الغرير رئيس كافو، الساعه 7:30 المساء الى 9 في مجمع الشارقة. احب ادعي الجميع يعني انهم يكونون معنا ان شاء الله، وتشوفون اخوانكم واخواتكم موجودين، وان شاء الله هاي فرصه للناس اللي تبغى تتعرف على المستثمرين وتبغى تتعرف على الشركات المختلفه، ان شاء الله انكم تستفيدوا منهم. شكرا.
شكرا لكم. Ladies and gentlemen, we will be taking now a 10-minute break to give a break to the judges and a break to the startups. We will be back at 12:20 to continue our 5 startups. 12:20. Thank you.
Sound. Check. Sound.
We need three. So.
So this is how you approach it as you look at it, yeah? Very humble. Very humble. Well, this is calculated. By the way, I sent you an email that day about his
Hello everyone, we'll be restarting in 1 minute. So if you'd please take your seats, we will be starting in 1 minute. 1 minute. We have 4 startups remaining, and then we can continue for the awarding. Welcome back, everybody. Hope you've had a restful break, very short. We have now 4 startups left that we are going to test. We are going to see what they have to offer before we announce our top 3 startups. So without further ado, let me welcome the first of 4 in our second batch of startups. Please welcome Sora. Sora.
Assalamu alaikum. So let me start with a story. Once upon a time, I was at work doing my thing, and then I needed to pull out some cash in my pocket. So I went to the ATM machine like any normal human being, and then put my debit card there, and then something happened to the machine, and it ate my card. And then I was like, that's fine. Happens to everyone. Went back to the car, called the bank, explained the situation. They say, well, after 3 days, you're going to receive your new card. It's like, fine. So after 3 days, I'm at work doing my thing, and then the bank calls me, tells me, well, sir, your card is here. We're going to give it to you. Where do you want it? When do you want it? So I told them, that's fine. Just bring it to my house at 6 p.m. That should be great. Went to home, waited till 6 p.m. Guess what happened? No one showed up, and no one called. It's like, that's fine. The next day, at work, doing my thing, and then the delivery guy calls me, tells me, yo, what up, G? I'm outside of your house. I was like, yo, what up, B? I'm not there. Basically, I'm at work right now. Can you just come to 6 p.m. like we agreed on? And he's like, okay, I'm going to come today. Fine. Went back to the house, same thing, same story, waited for him, did not show up. Things are getting frustrated, the days are running, I'm out of cash. What do? I called up the bank again, and then they say, all right, sir, at 6 p.m., you're going to find him. Went back to the house, and I did find him. True story. So I went back to my friends, and I told them the story. They laughed at me, and they told me, well, we suffer from this every day. That's fine. When you always call him, and then you send the location and all of that, it's hectic. You should live with it. Then I started to find a pattern. There's a problem here. Last mile deliveries, especially the last part, has an issue. What is going on? Sometimes we're not at home. And even now, when you're going to renew your passport, you need to be there. And you need to have your ID and to be physically there to receive it. But sometimes we're not at home. We're busy. We're moving. We're living in a dynamic environment. And we need a dynamic solution. Even businesses suffer from that. They're wasting time just waiting for someone to just pick up the order. And this is where Sora comes in. Sora is a tech solution last mile company. For this specific problem, we have created a device called your personal mailbox. Very simple. You can call it as a PMB. Well, basically, it's an app and a device connected to the internet where if someone's outside of your house, it will tell you that someone is there, might be delivering something, and then you will get notified by the app. You can use the app, open the box itself, put the thing inside, close it. You get updated through the app. It's as simple as that. And then you can go back home and receive it whenever you want. So in terms of business model, we have 2. A B2C and a B2B2C. Let me explain. The B2C is basically, we get the PMB, we sell it to the customer. He uses it with the app, the light version, because there are some functionalities that are behind the subscription wall. And if he wants that, I mean, he can use it. The PMB is his, and he can use the app whenever he wants. But if he wants this extra functionality, then he needs to subscribe. For a B2B2C, there are some businesses that are finding a lot of problems in last mile delivery, such as Caddo, that you can relate a little bit. Well, basically, we bring the PMB, we branded your brand, we color it your color, you sell it to the customer, you get a paycheck, we get a paycheck, everyone is happy. So in terms of market size, just in Dubai, we're talking around 300 million potential market opportunity, but the ages and the type of people that we're talking to, they're between the age of 18 to 35, and they live in villas specifically, which comes down to the expected shares that the potential market that we're targeting, which is $17 million. Competition is everywhere. We have Aramex, Emirates Post, DHL, Amazon. They can do that. That's fine. But what makes us special is that we've already done it. We have the box, we did the engineering work, we did our research, it is there. Looks bad, I know, we're working on it. Basically, this will not happen without my talented team, me, Khalid al-Sabahi, Shahra Jafar, and Mohammed al-Jumai. Our milestones. Right now, we are in a usability and accessibility phase. We basically research the usability and accessibility of the device itself. After that, we're gonna start after April the app development and the soft launch just for the product, just for the PMB. Because we wanna give it to our relative and close people first, see what's wrong with it. If something happens, we can fix it. We're already controlled and things are fine. After that, we're gonna take the customer feedback and modify the product, and inshallah on September 2022, we're going to market.
30 seconds left.
So our ask is $300,000, where we're gonna develop the app, hire key staff, we develop the product even further, and start our marketing campaign. You can find my contact here, and you can scan it with the QR code. It will save directly to your phone, and I'm happy to answer any questions.
Thank you so much. Definitely, this is a really good solution, I think. The only problem I would face if I was your client would be consumables or perishables. So flowers, cake, chocolate, balloons. So you might want to look at refrigerated options.
Well, we actually have, all right? But basically what's gonna happen is that when you order the PMB itself, have you seen Tesla's website? So it's gonna be something similar to that. So whatever you want inside the PMB, you can put it there. This is gonna be, not right now, okay? So we're launching with this one. After that, in a while, we're gonna add this feature to the website. Once we see a trend with the data that we collect, then we can specifically say, okay, people needs this. So we're gonna fix something specifically for their needs.
100%, thank you. And if you go back to the slide before that.
Sure.
Investors have issues seeing their money go on staff. So try to focus more on the marketing and the tech. Just piece of advice.
Yeah, but I just want to tell you one thing, because investors, they are focusing, they don't want to waste money on staff, but investors at the same time, when they put money on people. So the people that we want to hire, not just any employees, these are our key employees. I'm writing key because they are going to be really important for the future of the company. So I'm not going to be hiring anyone. You get what I'm saying? So.
For sure, but I would also put more in the marketing.
Just, yeah, sure.
Just from experience.
No
Thank you, thank you.
All right, thanks.
Very innovative and reminds me of, you know, in a way of kind of how digital currency developed in Africa, because there was a problem where they had to jump over the banks and develop the problem directly. We have a problem with mailboxes, and you're jumping that, and basically I think the main thing you're solving for is where both the customer and the delivery person have to be at the same time. And there, you know, I can see you having, for example, a verification kind of sort of technology, and then maybe you deal with the big boys rather than competing with them, DHL and those guys, because you will solve a big problem for them as well. And how are you up, you know, and that's the expansion question I have, right? You know, if you nail a contract with either them or Emirates Post or one of those big players that give you the validation, then you will pave the way forward for everyone else to use the product. So how are you thinking about that?
All right. So basically, right now, because like we as a group, we didn't want to go to a big company in the beginning. All right, we're pushing ourselves. We still need to make sure that the product works and we support it with data. So what we did, we have, or I have a friend who started a delivery company with food. I think the company name is Hi Home. Okay. So basically, I have like already in contact with him, and we agreed on once our product like reaches to a certain level that is good to be used, we're gonna use it in Hi Home, and then from their deliveries, we're gonna collect the data. You get what I'm saying? And once that like finishes, and then we're gonna find another startup, we're gonna do that to them. Once we get 3 to 4, all right, who accept it, and then we're gonna increase the level bits by bits. Once we have efficient data, then we can go to the big players. We see, this is our data, this is true, this is what's happening. They have saved all of this in the delivery time. You can do that as well if you just use our product. It's as simple as that.
30 seconds left.
Excellent.
Thank you so much. My advice, just try to focus, because right now, I don't know how are you going to use this for food, because food has cold, hot, so it's like different. So I don't know if I'm going to put a pizza there or an ice cream. Or just a normal parcel. So it's better to focus, I think. This is one thing. Regarding what Layla said, I 100% agree with her. Putting a lot of amount of on people is really risky for investors. Yes, I agree with you that investors usually believe in people, but with the entrepreneur themselves, if an investor believes in an entrepreneur and then the entrepreneur comes and say that half of the money I will take it and pay a salary for myself, then there's no trust. So this is another thing. My last question is, how about the insurance of the items?
Okay, so basically we have a 6-month policy. So after 6 months, it's out of the insurance or out of the warranty for now. But like, because once we get more experience, we would know exactly how much is the how much the insurance time period that we need to put, so people are satisfied. Okay, this is one thing. The second thing, for the hiring for the staff specifically, the founders they are not getting any out of this. Okay, but. Okay, we can readjust it, and I think this is where you guys might help us with, and mentoring us and helping us exactly where things needs to be done. Yeah.
Okay, what I meant with the insurance of the item itself, the good itself inside the item.
Itself?
Yes.
That's up to the consumer, because the PNB is his. So what's gonna happen is that basically you're gonna put it inside. Nothing is gonna happen to it while it's in the PNB. But if the PNB was stolen, we're gonna return the PNB money to you, and we're gonna return the product money to you.
Regardless of the cost.
Regardless of the cost, because we have already made sure, like, one of our key aspects in this PNB is to be secure as possible. So if this aspect was, by any chance, was not effective, then there is something wrong with the product. And I cannot blame the consumer himself. Then I need to solve my own problem within the product.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you so much to Sora. Round of applause for Sora, please. Now we'll be moving on to one of our exciting startups. Please welcome Do Jang. Do Jang.
Assalamu alaikum. I might have a very cute features, but I'm a very dangerous person. I am the national team player of Taekwondo. Dojang is very dear to my heart. When I started, when I was 8 years old, Dojang means the Hall of Respect, or the School of Taekwondo or martial art. So our company explains Dojang very well. It is a missing feature in our martial art era, which means really implementing respect, awareness, just kindness is just forgotten. They use sport nowadays just to be very dangerous and very use it critically. Our problems here is when I researched, I only saw 165-man coach in this system, and I was the only female taekwondo coach. So I faced a huge problem. And we only had 16 centers in the whole UAE system, none in Abu Dhabi, none in Al Qawain. And there is no support groups for trainings. So there is only mixed gender trainings, but they don't provide just for females or just for men. And there is no experience with training with national teams or even having experience with international competitions. And we rarely find certified coaches. With that, I mean that they only take the certification from just the sport and not have any experience with any regards to personal training, body shaping, and others. And we only have few professionals just to train people of determination, where I have both agendas. My solution is to provide classes led by certified coaches, female coaches just dedicated for ladies, but just enhance and empower women just as myself from Emirati sectors, provide group taekwondo training classes for separate genders, and online and face-to-face training. Inshallah, we will expand to have an application that is dedicated worldwide to support everyone. And we want to qualify trainees to participate in and outside the country, and specify classes just for people of determination. Our market size is, it's estimated in the fitness club industry is 96.7 billion, but in GCC it's 1.8. Mainly the main focus of this profit margin is in Saudi Arabia, then comes UAE with 490 million. Our target market is colleges and college students and schools, both genders, especially empowering women and people of determination, because I have a sister and she really wants to get empowered in such a sport but doesn't have anyone to do it to her. My projected revenues, so I have 3 services provided here. One is personal training, one is group training, and one is just general type of training, because we just don't want to focus only on martial arts, but just to help in reshaping bodies, since it's a market right now. And we are planning to open a center and also do at-home services. So our estimated revenues for 1 year is 3 million dirhams. Our direct competitors are taekwondo centers, martial arts centers in general, and fitness centers such as gyms. And here are the competitive advantage of my company in comparison to the other companies that are provided and projected. As of now, I am a student that studies full-time and also work full-time in the government sector. So I don't have time to train them. But inshallah, I'll be graduating in May 2022, which is just in a few months. And I'm so excited. And I will be available all time for them and to give and provide the service. For my investment proposal, I am seeking 200,000 dirhams in exchange of 20% of my business share, of my company's share for 5 years. I mean, in order to enhance my marketing and business development and media, and empower myself to gain the rest of the certifications, and 1 general coach salary. I already have the coach. I already hired him, so we will exclude that. And we have martial art equipment. It's pretty costly for me as a student because I have to buy an electronic system that is provided from the World Taekwondo Federation, and it's not provided here. So I cannot purchase it alone unless I go and find investors and other things. And then renting a training space will cost me a lot. So that is one of the issues that I face. But as soon as I resolve them, it's going to be very easy for me. And then the non-financial support, I'll be pleased to have different partnerships from your side, since you have more acknowledgement to people and other staffs, and also help me host seminars with people that are indulged with such a sport, and not even focus only on taekwondo, maybe karate, maybe indulge jiu-jitsu in such a unique sport. And then expand my reputation just to become maybe a brand ambassador as a face of UAE here in the country, in Adidas, Nike, and Puma, because there are opportunities, but we don't know how to reach them. And thank you.
Thank you so much. Are you also planning distance training, online training?
Yeah, I already mentioned online training, and also I will have pre-recorded sessions to improve for school, to provide for schools, in order to start training them when I am not available sometimes, just to keep on track how students and players are improving and enhancing.
So these will be one-to-one or one-to-group?
One-to-group or one-to-one or even online sessions.
Okay. Are you doing it right now or it's still?
Yes, I already tested it on 27 players and I saw the difference in their performance just by training them 1 month. I had 4 players that I trained, 8 players, excuse me, that I trained at home, and the rest were in the club. So I saw the difference when you focus on just specific amount of players, they improve faster, whereas in group trainings, they take time, like 2 times the amount that a personal trainer would take to improve a player.
Okay, you said your target, one of your target is the college students.
Yes.
Do we have any of them here?
Unfortunately not.
No?
We actually, I met with the dean of our college and we are planning to start seminars as soon as possible, but since I am taking 6 courses in this semester, it is pretty tough for me to keep in hand with other projects.
So this is a call for everyone here to use your system. I'm done with Taekwondo, he's our expert.
Actually, there is no age for martial arts. You always need to defend yourself, no matter how old you are.
So, really inspiring. So you've identified a gap, especially wanting to empower the female side of the population here or in the GCC in general, and expand from there. And you've picked Taekwondo because it is your sport and you know it really well. I'm wondering if you can kind of hit the empowerment side by starting broader a little bit, in terms of providing other kind of assessing which sport is growing, which is in favor, and then targeting.
Actually, I already have an overview of that, since now Jiu-Jitsu is a very leading sport, and now tennis, which is padlot, is also a very recommended sport, since His Highness Sheikh Hamdan, he is playing such sports. So yes, he is empowering, but like, I want to rise my sport no matter what happens, because there is no awareness that martial arts actually exist only on few sports. Karate is a decent sport, I don't discriminate that, but Taekwondo is a self-defense sport. So Karate uses lightness, speed, but Taekwondo disciplines, empowers, enhances the thoughts, really fills many gaps. First of all, self-defense for a woman is needed.
And then, of course, you will be thinking about scalability and making the business grow fast
Yes.
and big. So in that sense, you will probably focus on the online aspect, maybe have
Definitely.
pre-recorded sessions and programs that are interactive with those. And then maybe you would want to later, kind of link up with schools and different levels so that you can take and onboard this amount of people. So I think you want to focus on specifically, perfecting your current strategy and giving the amount of focus. And then the question would be how to use technology and then scale that business onwards, and that's the next phase, I guess. I mean, I don't have any questions, but I'm just really inspired. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Actually, I just want to really point out that there is expandability for technology. I already have many innovative ideas that I'm going to raise for the World Taekwondo Federation, which is, one of them is to make a room for a player to go in and see a virtual reality opponent right in front of him, where he can compete with him without facing any injuries. So this is one of the innovative sectors that I'm heading towards. But I need to take several sessions on artificial intelligence so I could enhance the idea even more before I go and present it very professionally in front of a World Taekwondo.
Thank you so much. Just a comment on the percentage giving out. I would always recommend to go after a safe note or convertible, because what that would mean is you would raise the investment hopefully with an angel and then be able to pay them back in a couple of years if you don't want to give equity. 20% is a big chunk. You might regret it later. I think the second concern you will face as well is to promote this as a brand, which is very much your face and your ethos and the way you are so passionate about that. So hold on to that, but create it in a way that it's, like Yaqub said, scalable, like with videos, training other people to be your second in command. Because what an investor will face as a worry if tomorrow, God forbid, you fell sick or had an injury, you don't want the revenue or customer base to stop there.
Yeah.
Another comment I had is maybe look at campaigns like anti-bullying with schools, female empowerment, confidence building, wellness campaigns. I find especially during New Year,
I already do with HCT several seminars every semester for awareness and mental clarity and several others. I just did one several days ago for growth mindset. So, and I was asked by Kenyan Federation to go and present as a woman, as an empowered woman by HCT, and I'm very delighted. And yeah, definitely I will consider that, and thank you so much.
That's amazing. Thank you so much. So what I would say is International Women's Day is approaching on the 8th of March. So we'll talk to some of our corporate clients if they'd like to have you maybe as a guest speaker on
Definitely.
mindfulness and all of that.
I'll be more than happy. Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you. And now we'll move on to our second to last company, Masar 3D. Please welcome Masar 3D.
Good afternoon. My name is Saif Al-Hammadi, the founder of Masar, and Amir Al-Marzouqi, my colleague. Today I will be presenting our pitch. Since 2015, I was training and participating in many organizations and private entities. I was training on robots, drones, and also 3D printing. I'm so sorry. And also 3D printing. I found that all entities are facing the same problem, which is lack of ability to provide. I'm sorry again. I found that many entities are facing the same problem, which is lack of ability to provide a 3D prototype for demonstration and also for testing. Next, please. So I came out with Masar. Masar is the path in Arabic language because Masar will be the path to a successful prototype, starting from 3D modeling, 3D printing, and parts assembly, and demonstration and testing, and to get a successful prototype. Next, please. Our services will be 3D modeling, 3D printing, and part assembly, which will make us special more than our competitors. Actually, we'll be charging for 3D modeling and also 3D printing and also parts assembly. Also, beside the training and workshops, we are currently recording pre-recorded sessions for 3D modeling courses, and also we have conducted many workshops during the last 2 years. Sorry. Also, we have maintained and developed more than 20 3D printers and also laser cutters by reassembling and maintaining and also developing them. Okay, next, please. Who Masar is for? We will be targeting individuals and also government and private entities by offering for individuals 3D printed parts for any daily use thing. For example, if any individual needs to 3D model and 3D print any part for their daily use, we can offer it for them. Also, for government and private entities, we will be providing a fully working 3D prototypes for any specialty. For example, we have done robots, 3D printed robots, and 3D printed drones, and also many other applications. Next, please. What makes us special? So we'll be providing 3D services under one roof. So no need for going to like other companies to provide the client with another thing. So we'll be 3D modeling, 3D printing, and also assembling all parts. Fast and high quality. So we are providing fast services and also high quality services. parts assembly, and this is what makes us special, that we provide the customer with mechanical parts and also electronic parts. As I mentioned before, that we have done robots and also drones. So it is like fully working drone and fully working robot. 3D printing is the future. 3D printing has showed a big growth last 5 years or last even 10 years. So this will be the future of the technology. Market size. I have conducted research and I found that the world market worth 16.2 billions between 2020 and 2026, showing also an annual growth for 37.2% on 2026. And also we found that 2.1 billion that the UAE market size worth in 2026. 3D printers, equipment, and also marketing. Besides that, we need 2 more technicians to work in the company. Our sales projection is we have started in 2021 and we have gotten revenue for only 3D printing worth 50,000, but we will be getting inshallah 2.2. I will be selling 2.2 million. I will be getting 2.2 million revenue in 2024. Our marketing methods will be focusing more on social media, tech exhibition, and also website. So social media, we are recording our work day to day, and also in tech exhibition we have participated in GITEX and also Dubai Air Show, and we will be participating in UMEX next week. And our website is like showing all 3D printed parts and also our services. Next, please. Achievement and experience. We have already established our lab, which is based in HCT. So we have 3D printers, more than 5 3D printers, and also a laser cutter, and it is like a fab lab, so we can make almost anything. As I mentioned before, that we do the whole prototype steps. So starting from, as you see here in the bottom, starting from 3D modeling to 3D printing. We have done more than 45 projects, and we have printed more than 500 kg filament, and also we have trained more than 900 trainees, and we did more than 50 training programs.
30 seconds left.
Our team, myself, is Saif Al-Hammadi, the founder, Mohammed Al-Hammadi, COO, Hamad Al-Harami, 3D printing specialist, Ali Al-Abdouli, electrical engineer, Amir Al-Marzougi, a 3D printing and modeling specialist. Our roadmap, we have already established our lab, our fab lab, and we are currently recording pre-recorded 3D modeling sessions to be posted online on the Hive website. And also we are working on a 3D platform to gather all 3D services under one roof. Thank you, and feel free to ask me anything.
Thank you so much. Actually, one of our vendors in Sharjah wanted a 3D printed chessboard we did for them. So I would also suggest you target B2B for gifts, concepts, like unique stuff. And would you consider also talking or partnering up with the 3D printing office in Emirates Towers? That's part of... Do you have any plans for them to help you grow?
We have contacted one of them. We have directly contacted someone there, and they came also to our office to see what we have done. But we didn't plan to do any cooperation with them.
Because what I would suggest as a smaller company, maybe look at D3 as well, Sirkal Avenue, because the problem in GITEX, it was so big this year. 5 days I was there, 6 hours a day, and I couldn't. At some point, they won't notice what you're trying to do. But I think this is the future, and there's lots of different things you can do, games, etc. Not just go after construction companies. You're very innovative. Let that speak on your slide as well.
Let me mention one project of ours is that we have met in GITEX a company or a startup company which needs like a sink. So it is for determination people. So we have a 3D printed and also equip it with a water pump, and it is like fully equipped project.
Excellent. That's really impressive. Congrats.
Thank you.
So, mashallah, يعطيك العافية. And so 3D printing definitely defines, a big portion of the future. We've seen the disruption in delivery models, let's say, globally, and then companies will evolve into, rather than kind of shipping those products, to maybe ultimately 3D printing. But it's wide, and it's very big. And when you have a business model that can do a lot, sometimes it's a trap you fall into because you don't focus on where you want to start. So what maybe I would like to ask you, where would you want to focus? Like for me, as what I would like to see, for example, is these are the let's say, for example, okay, these are the number of the construction companies. They currently spend this much, and the process takes that long. However, with our solution, because we're adapted to this, then we save them this much, we make this much, and that's our focus. We'll cover this market, and then we'll move to the next market. So, just wanted to know your thoughts about that. Where do you think the focus will be as a first step, and then, where will you evolve from there?
Yes, sure. So we'll be focusing more on mechanical parts and also like construction companies as a start. We'll be providing prototypes, but the 3D printing field is very big. There is like 3D printed house, 3D printed also organs. So we are focusing more on plastic fabrication.
Okay.
Thank you so much. Actually, that was my question, to focus only. Yeah. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much to Masar 3D. Round of applause for Masar. And now we will be moving on to our final 8 minutes for our last startup. And then we will be tallying the score. Meanwhile, we tally the score. We have 2 exciting MOU signings that will happen until we announce the winners. So without further ado, our last but not least startup presenting today, eBakery. Please welcome eBakery.
Hi everyone, my name is Ahmed Shaya. I am the CEO of eBakery. I would like to start describing what is eBakery. eBakery is an application that combines all the bakeries and baked goods in one platform. We came up with this idea by seeing the most challenges of the customers of the bakeries and the customer or the consumers of baked goods. They are facing problems while they cannot reach to the bakery, even they cannot find their suit baked good that fit their allergy preferences or their health conditions. Even in COVID-19 pandemic, people feel scared to go and pick their baked good. So eBakery tried to solve these problems by create a quick delivery in one app and no need to go and pick your baked good. We will deliver to your doorstep. Our market size and validation, we are in the online food delivery market segment would have 123 billion in 2020 dollar. And even we are in 1.1 billion users. Even we are targeting nowadays of Abu Dhabi's market, which have 33.23 million people. And we are capturing 10% of this addressable market with having $62.16 million dirham yearly. Actually, we have launched and we are signing with 5 famous bakeries. We are covering 12 areas outside Abu Dhabi's area. Even I will describe how the app works. Firstly, if you can see right here, the order comes through the app. It will be accepted by the management of eBakery. In the back end, the order will be processing from the bakery itself. Even here, it will be confirmed by the bakery. It will be delivered right away to the customer. This is some pics of our application, if you can see, right here. Even achievement to date, we have signed with this 5 bakeries. Even we are in growth, 100% month on month. Also, you can see here we have average orders 30 to 60 orders per week. And we have right now 250 active users. About the operation, we already launched in November 2021. Even we have 2 licenses, LLC in Abu Dhabi and DED in Dubai. Our trademark certificate we have already acquired. Even we are team of member, which I'll describe it in the next slide. This is my strong, I would like to say, my strong team. I am the CEO, Nasser the CPRO, even Abdullah Jabil is the COO, and Maid Mohammed, the CFO and Marketing Chief Officer Hamad Al-Marzouqi. And this is the rest of the team, Majid, Alia and Ahlam, and Ali Al-Hashmi. The budget requirement, I am seeking to have 500,000, which will be cover the marketing, which I will pay 150,000 to have marketing campaigns. Even the app development, it will be taking 150 for maintenance improvement and adding more features. Even right here about the operation, it will take from me 2,000 dirham. Our expected revenue, we are expecting to have 5,000 active users and 10 business customers for the catering in 2023. We are predicting to have revenues 2,000K in the first year, at the end of 2022. At the end of 2023, we are estimating to have 7,000. Even in the end of 2024, we are estimating to have 1.5 million, inshallah. Our short terms will be developing the app, focusing more in marketing, dealing with influencers, adding more drivers. In the long-term milestones, we are focusing to open our B2B business model. Even we are expanding our services in whole UAE. Also, we are focusing on operation and customer service. Thank you for your listening. You can download my application and you are free to ask. Thank you. But we are covering only in Abu Dhabi right now.
Thank you so much. ما شاء الله عليك. بالنسبة إلى what is accepting order? What process is this? What do you do in accepting order? And why do you need to accept and then send it to the bakery? Why can't they do it?
I will tell you something. Because we have distinguished between the other competitors. We have the feature that we are providing the daily uses of baked good, like baguette. A lot of people, they are taking this kind of daily uses of baked goods. So this sometimes it will not be in stock inside the bakery. So we have a system between us and the bakery. So we must agree and they agree. That is the stock, it's already in the bakery itself. So this is what...
So if it's not accepted, give me a scenario, for example. Order not accepted because of?
Okay. Because of the stock is finished. This is the first thing. The second thing is we can offer another bakeries for the customer that have same quality. So the customer did not go from our application and order from other application. Even other applications, they are not offering the same service.
Okay. And what is your timing if you are online? Do you accept it till late night or somebody in the morning?
We are opening right now from 8 morning because we are targeting the breakfast till 10:30 to 10:30 exactly. This time, because this time, let's say the good time that people is ordering or taking the baked goods, it's in the midnight, especially. Even right now, we are seeing the data as all the orders come as after midnight. So we are focusing to, even right now, we are talking with the bakeries that to increase their stock, so our customers can find like their products easily without any like disturbing or something like that.
How the payment happens? Do you do online processing, payment gateway?
We have two types. Now we are dealing with the third type. We have a payment gateway. We are contracting with Flusi. Even we have cash on delivery. Even right now we will be having the POS with the drivers. So any customer, if he cannot pay by cash, he can order and he can pay by the card.
Okay. My last question is, why would I use eBakery, not Talabat and others, which I already have in my mobile, for example?
Sure. Sure. This is a good question. E-bakery is providing you all the sweet baked goods in one platform. So our customers or our target customers is the bakery customers and the baked good customers. Even what is distinguish us from Talabat and our competitors, we have one price of the delivery, and also we don't have minimum order, so you are free. Even you are ordering 1 dirham, will be delivered for you right away.
Before I give to Yaqub, just tell me what is top items. Maybe I'll order it.
The top item is, to be honest, is the Egyptian bread. This is one of the things. Even what they are ordering the baguette, also the Lebanese bread. Even Hibsas, I think Hibsas drink. Even I have one loyal customer right there. Okay, so he's ordering, I think it's 20 times till now. Even also another loyal customer. So, Allah yatik saha.
Just, mashallah. What's your revenue model? How, between you and the bakeries, what is the cut like?
To be honest, we are like, the accounting process is being in the 27th of every month. Because 27th, this day, all the month it will be there. Even like February, this February, it will have 28 days. So in the end of, before 27th, the accounting, everything, it will be happened. We will sit with the accounting of each bakery. This is the amount for you. This is the amount for us. After sending the quotation, not the quotation, the receipt, they will be having 3 days. If they didn't reply on us, it will be directly sent to their account.
How do the percentages work?
Okay. To be honest, it's depend because some of them they are famous. So in the beginning, you cannot deal with them right away. Some of them we took a percentage. But if I will tell you something. There is some famous bakeries right here. Lebanese Flour Bakery and the Sultan Bakery. They are very famous. So the dealing with them was very hard for us. Even my team, Majid, was the one who's dealing with them. So I appreciate that, Maida. Zahrat Lebanon, we are dealing with them without taking percentage. We are exceeding our revenue. We're putting our price inside the application. Even we are taking the revenue from the transportation, from the delivery.
We'll start to wrap up, Ahmed. 30 seconds, please.
Okay. Even Sultan, we are dealing another way, but now from these two bakeries to this vendor, now we are taking a percentage from the other bakeries.
Ahmed, well done. I really love the branding, the logo. I think you're tapping into a very big market. If I understood correctly, you also address allergies, right?
Yep.
So keto for you is a huge market. I personally am a big keto person, and there's one called Keto by Foxy, and it's really bad. And she's making a killing in the market. What I would say is link up with keto coaches and consultants and people who are doing fitness to promote gluten-free and all of this, because a lot of babies are being born with celiac allergies also. It's affecting learning cognition. So they're getting ADD, ADHD, autism. So there's a direct link between gluten-free plus what you're offering. I would work with hospitals, to the patients sometimes, and people who do the allergy tests. Please consider Dubai. I personally would love this kind of service. And you might want to also talk to Zatar Zait, Manusha Street, Mama Ish, because they have very high volume, and they can even be advisors to you on how to scale this in terms of later on. I don't know what's your exit strategy, but you might want to offer this as a software to companies. I personally would like to connect you to Fahad Al-Rajhi. He's done a very big e-bakery concept in Saudi. Maybe you guys can support each other.
Very nice.
So yeah, well done.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Well done, Ahmed. Round of applause for Ahmed. And a final round of applause for all of our startups. I'm sure you're all eager to find out the results. We are going to tally the results, but meanwhile, we have two very important and last pieces of the puzzle to our HCT Incubation Forum. We would like to introduce our major partner, which is Sharjah Media City, Shams. Sharjah Media City will be collaborating with HCT in terms of projects, in terms of entrepreneurial activities, in terms of the entire aspect of media. So I would like, without further ado, to introduce سعادة الدكتور خالد عمر المدفع رئيس مدينة الشارقة للإعلام شمس. And I would like to introduce Professor Abdul Latif Al-Shamsi, President and CEO of HCT, to sign the MOU. والآن مع الصورة لاتفاقية التعاون.
الله يبارك فيكم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. وياكم الدكتور خالد عمر المدفع رئيس مدينة الشارقة للإعلام. طبعا مدينة الشارقة للإعلام بدأت العمل في إمارة الشارقة في 2017 فبراير 2017. ففي هذا الشهر دكتور نحن نحتفل بمرور 5 سنوات على بدء العمل في مدينة الشارقة للإعلام. المدينة موجهة حسب مرسوم الإنشاء لدعم المشاريع النوعية بالخصوص في المجال الإعلامي الإبداعي. فالحمد لله عندنا صار خلال ال5 سنوات الماضية قبول وطلب على مدينة الشارقة للإعلام كونها هيئة منطقة حرة ترخص الشركات في المجال الإعلامي الإبداعي. صار عندنا كذلك يعني نحاول أن ندعم الشركات العاملة في هذا المجال بالدخول في مشاريع أو مبادرات نوعية لرفعة هذا الجانب. طبعا لما أقول الإعلامي الإبداعي نشمل فيه كذلك المجالات اللي هي تقنية المعلومات، يعني المنصات اللي ما شاء الله يعني شاهدنا بعضها في خلال هذا اللقاء. احنا مدينة الشارقة للإعلام شمس نهدف لها أن تكون منصة انطلاق لأصحاب المشاريع الناشئة، المشاريع ذات البعد الاقتصادي أكيد، خصوصا مثل ما ذكرت في المجال الإعلامي والإبداعي. فالحمد لله مثل ما ذكرت أن صار عندنا قبول لهذا الموضوع، والحمد لله عندنا العديد من الشركات العاملة في المجال هذا، مثلا مجال الإنتاج التلفزيوني، الإنتاج الصوتي، الموسيقى. نقوم كذلك بعمل دورات تخصصية في المجالات هذه، دورات في التمثيل، الصوت، الجرافيكس، الديزاين. مبادراتنا هذه يعني نهدف بها لخلق يعني اقتصاد متخصص في هذا المجال بحيث أنه العجلة فيما بعد تدور. فيعني نرحب بجهود الشباب عندكم دكتور في الكلية، واحنا بصدد حاليا يعني العمل على إنشاء أو الابتداء بمشروع الستارت اب ستوديو. نهدف به الدخول شراكة مع أصحاب المشاريع النوعية، نبتدئ معهم ومن ثم ينطلقون إن شاء الله. وإحنا كذلك يعني كمدينة أو كذراع استثماري لحكومة الشارقة نستثمر في هذه المشاريع بحيث أن تنطلق انطلاقة جيدة وتنجح إن شاء الله وننجح معهم. فنجاح الشركات في مدينة شرق الإعلام شمس هو نجاح لشمس نفسها، وإن شاء الله الانطلاق إلى يعني أفق أوسع إن شاء الله. طبعا تواصلنا مع الدكتور عبد اللطيف قديم ومن فترة يعني بعيدة بخصوص مسألة الانكوفيشن يعني. فكنت يعني أذكر أن دائما نقول احنا نريد نستقطب هذه الشركات بحيث أنه تعتبر نفسها أو ترخص من خلال شمس وتعتبر نفسها يعني بيتها مدينة الشارق الإعلام، يعني انطلاقتها من مدينة شارق الإعلام إلى أفق أوسع وأرحب إن شاء الله. فنرحب بالجهود هذه ونشد على ايدكم دكتور وعلى ايد يعني الدكاتره والزملاء العاملين في هذا المجال، بحيث ان شاء الله هذه الجهود هي ما تحتاجه يعني اقتصادات متقدمه مثل اقتصاد دوله الامارات. والحمد لله يعني مثل ما نشوف في الافق هنا اكسبو العالميه في المجال هذا يعني يعطينا حقيه بالنظر الى ابعد من ما توصلنا له، وان شاء الله بالتعاون مع الجهات كلها ان شاء الله. شكرا لكم.
شكرا دكتور خالد على تواجدك معنا اليوم، ونحن حقيقة فخورين بهذا التعاون مع مدينة شارقة للإعلام شمس. والتعاون مثل ما تفضلت هو من فترة نحن نتكلم، ولكن نحن اليوم بكل ثقة نقدر نقول نحن حتى في كليات التقنية في آخر سنتين مع المشاريع الناشئة أو الشركات الناشئة وصلنا إلى مرحلة نضج ونوعية أكثر في الشركات الإماراتية اللي نبغاها تكون موجودة اليوم. وبالعكس نحن مكملين لبعض، وأنا متأكد إذا نتكلم عن مجال الإعلام ومجال الميديا وغيره والجرافيكس هناك مبدعين بشكل غير عادي من طلابنا وطالباتنا اللي محتاجين نحن نأخذ بأيديهم، وبالفعل تكون عندهم فرصة استثمارية غير عادية أنهم يكونون في هذا من ضمن هذه المدينة في المستقبل إن شاء الله. فشاكرين على هذا التعاون، وبالعكس يعني هاي مش بداية، هاي نحن مكملين لهذه المسيرة إن شاء الله مع بعض، وبنشوف شركات إماراتية موجودة عندكم بإذن الله من كليات التقنية. شكرا.
شكرا لكم، وإن شاء الله يكون تعاون مبارك بين الكليات وبين مدينة الشارقة للإعلام. طبعا حبيت أخبر الستارت ابس أن النتائج وصلت، فنعرف منو الثالث والثاني والأول. وطبعا قبل ما نعلن عن النتائج إن شاء الله بيكون عندنا توقيع الاتفاقية النهائية، وبعدين بتكون عندنا إن شاء الله كلمة من لجنة التحكيم لكم، وآخر يمكن piece of advice لكم كشركات أو كستارت ابس، ومن ثم نعلن الثالث والثاني والأول ونكرم جميع المتواجدين معنا اليوم. طبعا ننتقل الآن إلى هيئة الشارقة للاستثمار والتطوير وختامها مسك. نرحب بهيئة الشارقة للاستثمار والتطوير مع سعادة مروان بن جاسم السركال الرئيس التنفيذي لشروق. مرحبا بك، تفضل. تحية لشروق ومع الصورة التذكارية.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. في البداية نحن نحب أن نشكركم على مثل هذه المبادرات الطيبة. نتكلم عن ريادة الأعمال. أنا أول شيء فخور أن يكون طالب من طلاب كليات التقنية العليا، يمكن خريج سنة 99. فخور بالتجربة التعليمية اللي وصلت لها دولة الإمارات العربية المتحدة. فخور كون هذه كلية تقنية أصبحت كلية رائدة على مستوى العالم العربي. فخور أيضا أن نشوف الخريجين اللي تخرجوا من كليات التقنية وصلوا إلى مرحلة عالمية. مثل هذه المبادرات اللي تدعم ريادة الأعمال ترتقي بالإنسان، ترتقي بالفكر، تنمي المجتمع وتنمي الأفكار عند الناس. وأيضا لما نشوف محكمين ونشوف الأفكار، نقول الأفكار اللي تطلع من دولة الإمارات أفكار على مستوى عالي. يمكن نحن شاهدنا آخر عرضين، العروض اللي نشاهدها نحن اليوم ونشاهدها أيضا في الخارج بنفس الأفكار. فنقول أن أصبح الإماراتي يقدم منتج مختلف من ناحية ريادة الأعمال. دورنا نحن في هيئة الشارقة للاستثمار والتطوير، يمكن نحن هيئة معروفين في استقطاب الاستثمار وتطوير المشاريع وإدارة المشاريع، ولكن أيضا إحدى أدوارنا نحن أن ندعم ريادة الأعمال في قطاعات مختلفة، إن كان في قطاع المواصلات ولا قطاع التطوير العقاري أو السياحي أو تدوير النفايات. كل القطاعات نحن نحاول ندعمها. نتمنى أن نشوف عنصر إماراتي موجود في جميع أو في شتى هذه القطاعات. دورنا نحن حتى نوصلكم إلى أصحاب القرار، نبرز عملكم إعلاميا من خلال الجهات المختلفة، لأن نحن في النهاية كلنا نكمل بعض. صعب أن الواحد ينجح لحاله، ولكن سهل لما الكل يحط إيده مع بعض ويوقف مع بعض لأجل أنه ينجح هذه الفكرة. وفي النهاية نحن نقول أن دورنا نحن كهيئة استثمار ودور كليات التقنية كجهة تعليمية هي إبراز المنتج الإماراتي. واعتقد اليوم اللي نحن شفناه شيء يخلينا نحن نفتخر. نتمنى إن شاء الله لكل الشباب، الشباب لما أقول الشباب يعني الأولاد والبنات، يعني ما أقصد بس الشباب أن نحط إيدنا في إيدهم ونقول لكم إن شاء الله فالكم النجاح والتوفيق. وفي ريادة الأعمال النجاح مو دائما موجود، فالواحد ما عنده مشكلة يفشل من أول محاولة، يفشل المحاولة الثانية، ولكن يكون عنده منتج يقدر يتميز فيه عن المنافسين. ولازم دائما يضحي بكثير من الأشياء لأجل أنه ينجح في الفكرة اللي هو يؤمن فيها. واعتقد أن الدرب طويل لكل إماراتي داخل في هذا القطاع. ولازم أقول لكم أنا أن إذا الواحد ما تميز في العمل اللي يقدمه صعب أنه ينجح في عالم. نحن دولة الإمارات عندنا اقتصاد مفتوح بالكلي وينجح في الإمارات، فيعطينا نحن ضغط أكثر أن لازم نحن أيضا ننجح في بلدنا. وأعتقد المحكمين موجودين يقدرون يعطونكم أفضل التوجيهات من خلال كيف تقدر تنجح وشو اللي يخليك ما تفشل. ولكن دورنا نحن في الهيئة أن ندعمكم. نحن عندنا تجربة جيدة مع شراع مركز الشارقة لريادة الأعمال، عندنا أيضا مركز مرايا للفنون، وعندنا طبعا مشاريعنا في القطاع السياحي والقطاع العقاري. نتمنى إن شاء الله نشوف كادر إماراتي موجود في هذه القطاعات، ونتمنى لكم دائما التوفيق والنجاح. والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.
شكرا سعادة مروان، شكرا أبو محمد على تواجدكم معنا، ولو أنك صدمت منك خريج 99، شكلك يعطيك خريج 2019 ما شاء الله عليك. بس أنت بعد عشت العصر الذهبي لكليات التقنية في ذاك الوقت، وفكر ريادة الأعمال في كليات التقنية كان منذ إنشاء الكلية. ونحن لا ننسى أيام بازار في كليات التقنية، الله يذكره بالخير، معالي شيخنا هيام بن مبارك هو اللي كان دائما يقود هاي الفكر أن يكون من ضمن منهجية كليات التقنية. بس اليوم نحن بعد وصلنا إلى مرحلة من النضج أكثر في نوعية المشاريع والشركات الصغيرة اللي شفتوها. هذا سكند سايكل عندنا نحن، وأنتم يمكن حضرتوا قبل الجولات السابقة. حتى شبابنا اليوم صار عندهم مهنية أكثر في طرحهم، أفكارهم غير عادية. أنا من العشرة ستارت ابس حقيقة كل ستارت اب تحس إن في شيء يميزه عن الموجود عن الآخر. فتعاونكم معنا اليوم في هيئة الشارقة للتطوير والاستثمار مهم جدا، لأن نحن مثل ما تفضلت أبو محمد مكملين لبعض، محتاجين هذا النوع من التكامل، ومحتاجين أن شبابنا بعد يعرفون أن الفرص أن يكونون أبعد من مجرد يعني شركة صغيرة أو شركة ناشئة من كليات التقنية، تطلع إلى المرحلة اللي هي تعطيهم sustainability أكثر وديمومة أكثر في استمرارية البزنس ونجاح الشركة في هذا النتورك وهذه الشبكات اللي بتخلقونها من خلال التعاون مع هذه المؤسسات الكبيرة. شكرا تواجدكم معنا اليوم، وأتمنى التوفيق للجميع.
شكرا لكم. وقبل ما نختم وقبل ما نبدأ إن شاء الله في حفل التكريم، تحية كبيرة للجنة التحكيم الموجودة معنا اليوم على تواجدهم. وفي الختام حبينا نعطي الفرصة للجنة التحكيم بالكلمة الختامية قبل ما نبدأ في التكريم. لو تتفضلون معنا لجنة التحكيم للكلمة الختامية لخريجينا اليوم وطلبتنا.
طبعا يعني ما أزيد على كلام الإخوان والضيوف، بس فعلا فخورين. يعني نحن جايين نتعلم منكم ونشارككم بالأفكار اللي عندنا وبالتجارب البسيطة اللي عندنا. أنتوا وهاي الفترة حين ما تعرف كبير في العمر ولا صغير في العمر، وأنتوا تشوفون هذا مع المليارديرية في بداية العشرين، وإن شاء الله أنتم منهم بإذن الله تعالى. يعطيكم العافية. اقتصادنا مثل ما تفضل أخوي مروان، خلاص التنافسية الحين الكل يجي من برا وينجح ويصدر هالنجاح للخارج. حان الوقت بالشباب وبالمواهب هاي اللي موجودة عندنا ان نحن خلاص نبدأ نصدر من شبابنا دايركت للبرا. وانا اشوف الصراحة ما شاء الله الانسبريشن هني وايد، مثل ما قلت نحن جايين نتعلم منكم.
ما شاء الله عليكم، نهنيكم على إبداعاتكم وتكونون منصة للمستقبل للأجيال القادمة. وأعتقد أن اليوم صراحة اندهشنا من الابتكار والأفكار اللي شفناها، والله يوفقكم إن شاء الله، ونحن حاضرين ندعمكم في أي مجال احتاج جيتوا. شكرا.
شكرا، يعطيكم العافية. فعلا مثل ما قال أخوي يعقوب وأختي ليلى، ما راح أقول إن كلكم فايزين، أقول إن إحنا فايزين فيكم صراحة. يعني أنتم فخر إلينا كلنا، بس يعني ما أعتقد إنه يمكن لا أنتم ولا إحنا يعني لحد الآن قاعدين نتصور الإمارات شلون قاعدة بعجلة جدا سريعة قاعدة تتطور. غالبية يعني اقتصاد الإمارات تقريبا مبني جلة على الشركات الصغيرة والمتوسطة، مو الشركات الكبيرة اللي ما قصرت في فترة من الفترات. بس اليوم الاقتصاد أساسا مبني عليكم أنتم، وأنتم المستقبل. والإمارات يعني طلعت منها شركات للعالمية. أعتقد كلكم شفتوا من فترة أنغامي، شفنا من قبل كريم، سوق دوت كوم يمكن أكثركم ما لحق عليها يعني زين، بس سوق دوت كوم أمازون. فمنو يدري يمكن واحد منكم إن شاء الله يكون هو زين النكست يونيكورن إن شاء الله. أيضا أنا طبعا أعتقد واجب علي أن أشكر كلية التقنيات، دكتور عبد اللطيف يعطيكم العافية، ما تقصرون، نيكول، everyone here. and في نفس الوقت أيضا يجب أن أشكر وأذكركم أن في هناك الكثير من المؤسسات في الإمارات مهتمة فيكم وتبحث عنكم، مو العكس. فيحتاج بس انه يكون في تواصل بينكم وبينهم. وهاي المؤسسات احنا ايضا فخورين بتعاوننا معاها بشكل دائم، بشكل يومي تقريبا. بذكر بعض الاسماء لان ما اقدر اذكرهم كلهم يعني، بس اعتقد واجب علي ان اذكر بعض الاسماء. يعني مثلا عندنا معا هيئة المساهمات المجتمعية في ابو ظبي، يقومون بعمل جدا جدا جبار. عندنا هاب 71 N5 مبادلة، أيضا عندهم دور كبير يمكن ما تعرفونه في دعم الشركات الناشئة. N5 في دبي اللي هي تابعة دبي هولدينج، شراع في الشارجة. حسين المحمودي كان أيضا موجود اللي هو المجمع الشارجة لريادة الأعمال. أخونا العزيز مروان أيضا موجود. فهذه المؤسسات تقوم بجهد جدا جدا جبار لدعم الشركات الناشئة. زين، واحنا كلنا فخورين فيكم، وان شاء الله نشوفكم قريبا.
والآن أدعو البروفيسور الدكتور عبد اللطيف الشامسي معنا للتكريم أيضا. و I would like to welcome Mr. Nicola Betio. Dr. Alex, would you like to join us? Okay. وللإعلان عن الفائزين الأول والثاني والثالث، ونبدأ بالمركز الثالث مع كنز آرت في المركز الثالث. يلا تفضل سير في النص. اوكي، ايه على الطرف. وفي المركز الثاني نحيي اي بيكري. وأما في المركز الأول والرابح بمسابقة ريادة الأعمال بكليات التقنية سورة. وأما الآن ندعو جميع رواد الأعمال إيفيت، مسار، ذا هايف، دوجانج، تشوي سبورت، كارتل، تحية لهم ومع الصورة الجماعية. تفضلوا. أيوة ما علي، خلهم يصيرون يتصورون. خلاص مر تاريخ 15 فبراير. ألف مبروك، ألف مبروك للفائزين معانا اليوم وشركائنا. Congratulations to our winners today. A big thank you to our judges, Mr. جاسم الرحمة, Mr. يعقوب السركال, Miss ليلى المراشي. Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of Professor Abdul Latif Al-Shamsi, Mr. Nicola Betio and Dr. Alex Zahavich, we would like to thank you for your attendance, input and support during the past 3 days of this incubation forum. We will now adjourn the forum and we'll move on to lunch. Thank you very much.